this kit, it starts off with this really killer wreath base. These are really fun to work with. Automatically going to set you apart because it's very unusual. These are custom made for our store, and they are made of angel vine. They have a wire frame inside, but they're nice and thick and chunky. So it kind of elevates your design immediately, adds a higher perceived value. The greenery you're going to work with has a rose leaf and a beautiful muted green palette with these little rose hips and berries and all the good stuff, nicely wired. It comes with 3 of those. And remember, these kits are very lush, very full. You could stream them, you could, cut them back if you wanted and make multiple projects out of them, but I'm teaching you to do one elaborate over-the-top design. So it's so full, so gorgeous. I know, Kim, it's so fun. Oh, they're still in your weather. I know, Donna, they're getting in on that good weather. Then we've got the greenery. This is the same greenery we used in the swag. We got a couple of these, and I love this because it adds that wispy feel to your design. I love that. Then our main star to show is the cute little scarecrow. I love him. He comes on a foam base, so he's really easy to attach. His arms are wired, so we can do all kind of fun stuff with him. But he's got the jute, the really rustic look, the traditional fall colors. Now, this time we mixed it with some of these fuzzy pumpkins. Those are great texture in here with the angel vine and all the texture that's on his hat and on his legs. And of course, we've got 2 of these. These are kind of like a little skinny millet, and these are going to work like our wheat and add all that movement. So these are going to function like a berry or a twig would in design because they're going to move around when that door opens or closes. The 2 ribbons that come in the kit are a cute plaid and of course the scarecrow ribbon. That's just a cute combo. Just excellent to set off this design, all right? So think big and bold. This design today we're going to work on is going to work all in this kind of the center, a little bit different. It'll be kind of like we'll have a transition down here at the bottom, but instead of going off to the sides or a C shape or all the way around, we're going to literally work kind of right in the middle, cascading left to right off of this. So in order to make everything work, we're going to cut kind of a taller piece of foam. Not quite this tall, but probably like about this tall, that fits right here in the base, that I can stabilize nice and strong in there to put all of these pieces in, okay? So I think I want it a little taller, but not quite that tall. So I'm going to kind of make a couple of cuts. Like a cut there, and then a cut here. So I'm just marking up how I'm going to cut this foam. So I'm going to cut that tip off first. And I just pull it, and then if you can kind of just cut through it, that's perfect. So I have heavily glued this. I put a lot of glue, and I'm kind of letting that just start soaking in. We're going right in the middle. Now the thing is, that's not enough to keep this in place. It will fail on you. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these like little skewers to skewer in there and hold this puppy in place through the base, okay? So I'm going to cut them down a little. We're going to put them right into that glue. I'm going to cut it kind of long. I'm going to hit it with some glue, and we're going to come in through the bottom of the wreath and go into that foam, okay? And there's a wire in there, so I want to try to get, around the wire. But if I can use that as some stability, I'll bend it around it to keep it in there, okay? And that's a brown stem, so that's perfect. You won't see it going in. Trim it. Now these are all, just extra support to hold this puppy in place. So there's 2 in. Got some stability there. And I'm going to come from the side too. Perfect. So let's come in. We're going to stab it this way. So that's why it's a good idea to keep any of these little nubs, especially the ones that are already wrapped and pretty and, just go perfectly in your design and not even show. That was a good one. I'll trim this off. One more on the other side. So the reason for doing this is so I can get some height in the middle here, but I've still got a good place to put my scarecrow. And he can sit kind of on the top of this little block and be nice and sturdy. Now, this should be so sturdy that I can just pick up the whole wreath by it. Very, very stable. Okay, first thing we're going to do is start with our bigger pieces of greenery to lay out our design. And just like anything, we start by setting the perimeter of the design. So we have to kind of know where we think our transitions are going to occur. So I think I want this cutie kind of sitting up on my foam block, right? So if that's the case, I can't put a million stems in here. I can put some, but I gotta have a place for him to still sit here, right? So I gotta leave a little bit of room at the front. So think about that. And if this is the case, probably what will happen is everything will kind of go up from the middle of the scarecrow, and then the bow we're gonna make is gonna be down here. So from about here, everything will kind of come down. So that will be our layout for the design, okay? So let's get going with our greenery first. Okay, now with this one, I'm gonna start off by just trimming these all individually, or I can just leave it as one full stem, would also work if you wanted to, and I think it's okay to do that. So I'm gonna leave this in, and I'm gonna set my perimeter. If I leave this as a full piece, just straight up, I'm gonna bring it a little to the left, because I know I'm gonna have my little scarecrow kind of here. So let's use that one as a full piece to the left. I can trim it right here. I'm going to trim it just a little bit longer, and we're going to glue it in. This is a good little piece. I'm just going to hold it off to the side. So it's fall time, so make sure you're keeping brown stems and black stems for Halloween, so you can put those into things. Now, I'm going to go ahead, if I can, I'm going to hit this with a little Spanish moss to hide my glue anytime I can. I don't want moss everywhere. I got a lot to put in this foam, but I can start to do a little bit of hiding, okay, just like I would on a regular wreath. Now shake hands with this. I did that a little before we put it up, but I like to try to get the leaves to the back, those rose leaves, which I love them, but I want to make sure they're in the background. And then move the smaller berries and things to the foreground. Sorry guys, I've got so much congestion, I lost my balance. I got excited about leaves, so that could happen. Here's our first piece going in, looks great. Now I'm going to take my second piece, and we're going to leave two sections of it together and break off one. Remember, I'm setting my perimeter. So scarecrow's here. I'm going to go out to the right and out to the left here. So if I want to do that, I know I can just do that with one piece here. I can just cut it down and use this all as one piece right here. I'm going to cut this off, and that'll leave me one piece on a long stem, all right? Now you can see I've shaped that up so that goes over here to the right. Down low and up high. Okay, and we're going to put that right into the foam. And that leaves us a nice little background for our scarecrow. Alright, put it in. And I'm not worried about my foam because I've got that nice and stabilized in there. Now, let's go ahead and take and talk about, I'm going to just set Scarecrow up there so you can kind of see. Sit in there, buddy. And we'll put a skewer in him to skewer him just a little bit, but you kind of get an idea where he's going to be. I'm going to put his arm around this. It'll be right there, okay? So with that in mind, we need to start to work on our greenery kind of coming down. Now he's just sitting in there. He looks whack right now, but I'll be fixing him, don't worry. So here's my pieces coming down. And I kind of want to use the same configuration. Remember, our transition is at him, so everybody's got to switch direction. So I think this works fine just as a full stem kind of coming down. And this is what's the ribbon's going to lay on top of, and this is going to function as your background for everything. So I'm going to do the same thing, shake hands with this, separate it out, and we'll put it down low in the design. It's going to be so cute. All right, I think I'm happy with that. And come on out, Scarecrow. We know where your legs are going. So I'm thinking about right there. okay? So there's two ways to do this. I can either pin it into the foam, or I can take and bend this back and we'll put it into the foam there. I'm just going to kind of get an idea of how long I need. I'm going to cut it right here. My kiddo is with my aunt since earlier. They're still there, and she just sent a text. Gotta read y'all the text, y'all. It says, "We're doing good. Kaya's taking a nap, and I'm finishing the backpack. And we got canes for lunch." Of course they did. I love it. I'm replying to my aunt, y'all. Love it. I'm teaching and having so much fun. Okay. All right. Aunt Jo knows what's up. So Kaya's taking a nap over at Aunt Jo's. My aunt just lives really close. And her daughter are heading up to San Diego next week to be with my mom and dad and hang out with them. So Kaya's getting a little Aunt Jo time. All right, see my little L shape? I'm going to put that at the bottom, and I'm going to go in there and put some glue on that now, okay? And remember, this is setting the perimeter, and what that means is setting the, the outside lines of your design. Like, how far am I going to go out? How far am I going to go down? What's my plan? And if I can see the glue, I try to cover it with moss, because eventually there's going to be holes here where they'll be able to see into the foam. That's a big pet peeve of mine. I want to get it covered if possible. I forgot to do that one, but we'll do it now. You got one little berry pig left. I'm holding that off to the side. And now we're going to come in with our greenery. Okay, so our greenery is going to soften up all around all this. So I do want to leave it fairly long, but I'm going to go ahead and push this up. All right? But I'm still going to cut these long because we got to get it far from the base. Oh, it's 101, Debbie. Holy moly. And Kansas. Whoa. You're not kidding. It's hot here too. But, we're almost to July, and that's when it starts to get here. We lucked out in Florida. It was not too bad. There was rain. One day it was misting kind of all day and getting rainy, but we worked around it. So it was really only hot, like miserable hot one day that we were outside. So that was nice. All right, trimmed it down again. So everybody's trimmed down. And now we're gonna start to put these in between, all right? So the reason I don't put him in first is because then I gotta work around him. So sometimes I'm okay with it, sometimes I'm not. Here I'm working in foam. I'll put him in a little bit, but I'm starting to teach you guys to make sure you set the perimeter of your design and you learn the concept of the design. Because you'll find when you're mass producing, you're making a lot, I don't want to work around him every second. It's a pain. So I'll put him in probably before we get to the very end. But in this case, I just like to work without him in there. It's kind of like I do that with my bows a lot. I don't like to put the bow in until the end. You can do it. You could put him in first if that was better for you. You could totally do that. Now I'm coming in here, and I'm just working in around, all the way around the perimeter, okay? Still the leaves are the longest, but I'm coming in around him. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Remember, I've just made thousands and thousands of pieces, and so some things are just kind of my personal preference. Like, I prefer not to move him. Like here, I can see the foam. I can just rock and roll when I'm putting stuff in. When I have to move him around, and you can see the difference. I have to work around him. Whatever works best for you. I'm working right now just layering the greenery in and around, and everything here is above the transition. So I'm going to go down on the sides even, soften that a little bit. See how soft that makes that look immediately? And when I don't have him in there, it allows you to see exactly where I'm going. Like, otherwise he's hiding everything. And then I'm going to go on this side, okay? So everybody's moved up at this point and spread out. Now I'm going to work on the bottom, so we're going to change direction. Okay? and go with the last few pieces going the other way. So you can see we've kind of made like a mini swag right here in the foam, working right up the middle of the wreath. And we've done floating designs in the middle of the wreath. We've done all kind of similar type styles. But this is the first time we've done this just using a really tall piece of foam right down the middle. And I'm digging it. Digging it with that hollow base. We can make it really stable. Like we can get in and stabilize the foam without much stuff showing. Let's go down here. See, I'm just working around, and I'm going to put 2 more here because they're going the opposite direction because we have transitioned down. And when you see me putting a little moss on, I'm just trying to cover up glue right now, okay? So these are the 2 pieces I have left. I'm keeping those later to use kind of around the bow. All right, let's get Mr. Scarecrow in, okay? So we can now work around him with our final few elements that we're going to put in and then get our bow tied, right? So you can see we kind of made him a throne up here to sit in. He's going to sit way up here. Isn't he precious? You're kind of seeing him from the top, so you may not see his face. But in order to accomplish that exactly where we want it, and then the bow be right in here where we left that area open. So I'm going to just go ahead and we're going to skewer him right through his hiney and get him where he can sit right in there good. Okay, so I just gave him a little perch. He's ready to go. And I just put a little moss around it to make him look a little neater because he's just going to sit right in there. I'm going to cut him down just about 3 inches. So he's got a smaller amount for me to put into the foam, okay? Now this is a piece of wired dowel, and in this case that works a little better so I can manipulate him if I need to, right? Get in there, buddy. Uh-oh. Need you to go all the way in, please. Thank you. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. And I love him because he has all this great wire, and you can do fun stuff with him, okay? So before we put anything else in, I want you to go ahead and we're going to stop and tie our bow. But we got a great start going. We've got him going up high here, his body coming in here. He's on a wire there, so I can move him a little more, a little less if I need to. Right here is our 2 ribbons. And I love the Scarecrow. Now it happens to be on this roll backwards, so we'll have to work around that, which is okay. Meaning the pattern goes this way. Not too big of a deal except for our first tail. And then we have the plaid that we're mixing with it. And I picked this out because it's got the plaid that's in his shirt and the yellow that's on the shorts. Let me get a couple of cable ties out. And let's start with our ribbon here. Let's go put it on the spool holder. And we're going to start with our first tail, which we normally come in and do this way, but then it would be upside down. So no worries. We're going to come in and I'm going to start with a twist. That gets it going up forward. So this will be my first tail. And I do want this to be about 20 inches. It can even be longer, and this is on the left side of my bow. So I'm going to cut it this way. Okay. So twisted, I start my first loop. The reason I still do a twist is so I get that pretty little gather right there. Okay. Now I'm going to come on the right side, and we're going to do our second tail. So I'm basically just taking care of the tails first this time instead of doing it last, all right? And I want to twist it the same situation so I get that little pucker. There we go, and it's sitting up pretty. Let's sit here. And that'll help it stay tighter in the center too if you can. So there's our matching tails to start off. So a little bit different than we normally would do, but long 20-inch tails, okay? Now we're going to start with the loops instead of a tail first. So I'll just come in, we'll start in the middle, and we'll just start with the scrunch, and we'll start the loops. And I'm going to go 7, nice and big and full twist. 7. Okay, and twist. Let's put a couple of these. And then we'll come put some tails in and twist and scrunch it, okay? So separate these out so we can kind of see our bow starting to form. Beautiful, nice and big and full. And I'm not having another tail here, so we're going to cut that off. Okay. Now let's come in with our check. Check is next. Get in here. And so I want these tails to be nice and long also. I am actually going to dovetail these because this ribbon, it'll look prettier, I think, dovetailed. There you go. Bring that down about the same length. Twist. And we're going to do 2 loops also, okay? Actually, might do 3. And now we're making them about 6.5, okay? No, what are we making them? 6. They're an inch shorter. Okay. And just hold that when you bring your ribbon back up. Twist right hand forward, left hand back. And now I'm going one more at 6, twist. Hold it in the center while you're fluffing it up. Alright, when we're all done, we're going to scrunch it in the center, and I'm going to cut these to match on the other side. We'll cut that dovetailed again. Just fold it and cut up from the fold to make the dovetail. Alright, I'm coming in the middle, and I'm going to put 1 loop of this now. And let's see, I want to do, I think we're going to do it bow tie. We're not really going to have any tails coming down. I'm going to go literally bow tie. So I'm going to come to the middle. Let me cut it flat. And then I'm going to go in with 1 at 5, okay? Twist. And then 5 would be here. Okay. And instead of making it like normal, I'm going to make it a bow tie. So I'm going to pull it back out. And we're going to make this one big loop. That way I'll eliminate my tails. Okay. And just overlap them slightly. This is about 5 inches on either side. Now get that right in the middle and gather it. And the reason I do that is so I don't have a seam up front where their tail's going to show, right? They're all here in the back when we do a bow tie. And that just means we're not having more tails in the front. Okay? So we're all done. We have a recipe of 2-3-1, 2-3-1, a little bit different than normal. Now I'm going to come in with a smaller cable tie here. This is an 8-incher. I'll run it right beside them. Now as I'm bringing it up, I work that cable tie back to the middle so it's not lopsided. Okay? And then all the magic happens when you fluff it up. Okay, so I've got the cable tie worked to the middle. And now I'm going to lay these in between these. So this part of the bow lays in between those 2 loops. And you can see how it's going to come together so cute. There we go. Looking good? Now, it's okay if it's floppy because we're dealing with a floppy scarecrow. It's kind of the look we're going for. I'm going to take and get that really tight. Now I'm going to come here to the back, and those 2 pieces we started with that were kind of short, now we're really going to cut them shorter so they don't show. And then I'm going to trim this off. Looking good. All right, let's come down the middle with our check. It's just kind of an obvious choice we're going to put down here. I'm just going to take this and fold it in half so I get a nice little piece down the middle. Okay, looks good. A couple of knots. And then we'll trim that off too in the back. And our bow is made. Now that bow is taking up a good amount of real estate under our scarecrow. So we're going to put that in a minute. we are going to need to use a wire behind it. Now, you could use the floral pins, but in this case, I need to make my own larger floral pin. So this is a piece of the stem that we saved earlier. So just bend it, and I want you to make your own floral pin. So we're going to put the bow up here, and then we'll be able to push it into the foam. This is a little too long. We'll be trimming it, but it gives you an idea in real size what we're doing, okay? So go ahead and put the bow on here. And it doesn't really matter if you go left to right or right to left, because we're going to go into foam. So I'm just going to put it in and get it tight. And now the bow is attached to the wires. And once we get ready to attach it, I might trim, I will trim these down. You can keep it shaped like a U. It'll give you a little more stability than if you just have it one. But there is our bow on our wire. Okay? Now let me bring the wreath back over. And we're going to start to put the finishing touches on this one. All right. He's in. He's up high. We still got a lot of his foam underneath we got to work with. But he looks really cute. Now I want to show you his shape. His shape is good. It's not symmetrical. That's my style. So you'll see this kind of comes off to the left and the bottom just goes straight down. But if you're like, Keleas, I cannot do that. That drives me nuts. No worries. Just have this match the bottom. Okay, as far as your shaping goes of the whole design. All right, you're looking so cute, buddy. Now it's time to get our pumpkins in, and we'll get our bow in first, actually. So that'll make you feel a little more comfortable about where everything's going. So let's play with it. Bring the legs up for a minute. Hey, you can do it. Oh, hello again, buddy. All right. This is a different scarecrow here. All right, now I'm going to put this bow kind of tucked up under here. I would like it opposite that high piece up over here, so that way these tails kind of lay over to the right. So I've got that kind of line working again. So if that's the concept I want, I'm going to have it go in here. These are a little too long, so I'm going to trim them off a little, and we're going to go right into that area. Okay. Trim it, trim it. Let's get it on. Okay. Kind of at an angle over here to the right. Perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead. Yes, I want his legs overlapping the bow, kind of coming out a little bit fun. I like all that. Always like it to feel like it's, oh, he's sitting on the bow. How can he even sit on the bow? Well, it's the magic of the foam, you know, like we can do fun stuff when we build it right. Now these tails, I love for them to work in kind of behind and within the greenery. It might be hard to see here, but when I get pictures from the front, I'll kind of show you how I work that in. All right, and you can of course add more ribbon, you could add more tails, you can make that even more dramatic if you want, but I've just kind of got it working in right there. Okay, and he's sitting up over here, looking good. Now it's time to get his pumpkins in and his little his wheat grass. So I love the pumpkins because they have the fun texture, and we already created these two lines. Like we have this line working through the design this way. So we're going to reinforce that with our pumpkins and our grass. So because I think I want the pumpkins to be in the foreground, I'm going to take the wheatgrass and put it in first. Here's my pieces to work in around the bow. All right, and this one, if I just leave it full on, it's pretty good, but I think I want to control the placement a little bit better to get it tighter into that foam. So I'm going to take and cut it into 3 sections. And we'll work it in there. So I want to leave this one here. I need a strong wire on each one, okay? Now this one has the longest stem, so we're going to use it first. Now this is going to shoot right up through this area. I know that's going to be my highest piece, so I need to know how much room I've got to get that in there. I'm getting it in there. Let's get it loaded with glue. And put that first piece of wheat in there. I love that. That just gives it so much movement. So that's our highest piece here. We're going to work down from there in behind the scarecrow. Okay. So number 2, let's put this really full one here. That's going to come out the side of the foam. I know you cannot see it now. That's coming out the side. Fill it in here really, really pretty. Kind of side front a little bit. There you go. And I can see into that glue, so I'm going to cover it with moss. I'm actually going to use a little bigger piece now because I'm getting down to my last few pieces of placement. And I want to hide my foam in there. Alright. Alright, I'm going to hold off on this for just a second. We're going to use this in the foreground, but I want to layer in those pumpkins, okay? The pumpkins are going to come up on one big stem through there. Now, they kind of wiggle on this one stem, which is great. So I'm going to cut this one off and leave these two together like that. And then we'll use that other one a little bit shorter because they tend to like walk around a little bit and slide. I want to control their movements a little more. If I had to go up really tall, I couldn't do that, but on this one, I can do it. Yeah, you are so cute in there. Oh, I love the textures. The textures are great. We're nailing it with that. Here comes my third one in. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit lower here. Right about here. Okay. Cute. And kind of just scooping up around him. Now, I left that little area because we're going to go in there with the wheat. Okay, so they're now not just in there, they're in the wheat. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I love making this stuff with you guys. Creating new projects. It's just too fun. And I love scarecrows. That is sweet right in there. That looks good. All right. So that's our first line, like working up to the left. We're going to work with our second line, and that's going to come down through those ribbons on the bow. So I'm going to move him up. Move him up. Move it on up. Yay. All right. So you see those there. And we're going to have our next pumpkins kind of work through this way and kind of come out this way with the tails of our ribbon. Kind of lining up over here. And our greenery is pretty much going straight, but we can wiggle it just a little to make that happen. So we're going to do the same concept. We're going to start with our wheat first, and I'm going to cut this down to where I've got 3 separate pieces. And the only thing is, now the foam is way up here. So I want you, before you cut anything, get up in here and see, okay, how far do I have to get into my foam? Do I need to, maybe I need to leave this full if I can't reach it. So the foam is right here. So I'm just going to kind of run that on the front. So I can cut off one piece and leave the rest together, okay? You're going to have to measure and just kind of take a look at it. So I'm going to leave 2 together on a long stem and then take 1 off. So that means I'll take these 2 and take this one off, okay? And we're going down, so we're working on the other side of the transition. So that means everybody works down. And here, you see how we're kind of coming off to the left? I want to rotate this to where I'm going to come off to the right and come down on that same line. Y'all are going to be making some beautiful pieces. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Hopefully these inspire you to create something gorgeous. Or if you have the kit, you can make this exact piece. Just so many options in your designer wheelhouse here. Okay, that one's going in. Look at that. It's beautiful. There goes those wheats coming out of there. Stunning. Now, we're going to do the same concept with the pumpkins, but I want to control their movement just a little bit, so I'm going to trim off one and then leave these on the long stem so we can get that long piece in first. Got our fun bow working here with the wheat. You can put your arm around some wheat. Oh, you're so cute. You're just a cute scarecrow. All right, now I'm going to work this up here. So right about there, I want to see how that looks. So that way the pumpkins continue, they kind of S-curve back down. I'm going to have one shorter one that I can control the length of there. So I think we're going to go about here. I got to put a good bend on it to get into the foam. Okay? And there they are. Trim that off and put this in. All right, let's put this piece in. This is our longer piece. Push it into the foam, it looks good. Now I want to take and wiggle this around, and I'm going to work with a little of this greenery just to make sure it all kind of works in. I'm going to tilt the heads of those pumpkins up a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Now let's grab our individual pumpkin, and that one I'm going to put in tight right here. Okay? Then we got to get our wheat in there. This wreath's got such great texture. Sometimes that's hard to achieve with, you know, exactly the way I want it, but these fuzzy pumpkins and the burlap texture and the burlap in the ribbon and then this like it's good. It really looks good. Okay, our wheat is next. This is the wheat that's laying in the front. So this piece is here. So it'd be great if this piece could kind of work out right out of here, kind of out the center of the bow. So I'm going to take and get this shorter, and we'll trim up that end and glue that right into the foam under the bow. Okay. Just a little moss there, so watch yourself as you put it in. Oh, pretty. And that just works its way right out. And then I'm going to take some of this wheat and kind of spread it around a little. Yeah, between the pumpkins. There you go. I'm actually just twisting it so these sit up a little better. There you go. Oh my gosh, I'm so cute. Okay, now before I show you the whole finished piece, while we got a good view here, we're going to work with those last bits of greenery. This piece and this little bit of greenery, we want to work that all in around the bow. Okay, just like normal, we don't want that bow to be solitary. So pull these off. A couple of nice little pieces. There's another good wire to hold on to. Trim these down. And we want these just short and sweet going into that bow, okay? So I want a little bit kind of coming out of this side. So I'm just going to kind of go between my two back pieces here. It's into the foam. Now pull them behind, okay? And you can work the florals up higher into the bow, but you just had to get into the foam first, okay? Very cute. Now let's do one kind of coming right out of the center of the bow too. This is the last little bit of greenery we had. So just always save 1 to 2 pieces if possible to do these last little touches. They really look really cute. So this one I'm having kind of come out and up, right? Because it's above the transition, so it comes out that way. And then let's take, there's a little bit of this in here. Let's take and put a little bit right here. So we went on either side in the middle. I've got a couple of pip berries and a leaf. So this week, in this particular tutorial, what we're doing right now, I think the big takeaway is you can create a design right in the center of the wreath that is not C-shaped, nor does it go left or right. It's literally just slightly angled, almost like a swag running through the middle of the wreath base. And I guarantee you when you go to the craft show, no one is having that. They're just having round wreaths that go, you know, predictable around. And it's good to try something a little higher level design, a little bit more out of your comfort zone. I think they're a lot of fun. And these chunky wreath bases themselves are just amazing. Look at that. This is going to photograph real good. That wheat in there is the key on this, guys. Look how cute. So from the back, this is what you see. And I will cover this up. This will be covered with moss or ribbon. A burlap ribbon would look neat and clean on here too. I don't know if I have any 4-inch burlap here, but if I do, I'll put that. If not, I'll pin moss in it to cover that up because I want that back to be neat as possible, but it just turned out really great. So my shape works this way, and I'm a big fan of the wheat on here. That really tied in. And pushing that bow, right, working it into the greenery, this killed it. This crushed it, you guys. crushed it. Answer. My stream is live. Okay, we should be good again. Hopefully we're all good everywhere. I hate when technical stuff messes up the greatest plans we have planned out. We've got plans, people. We've got plans at all times. Nicole, just send the link to whatever stream is working the best. That may not be Facebook tonight. It may be, maybe everyone's going to watch on TikTok or YouTube. Y'all, this is why you have to have all the things if you're in social media. Hey, Tammy, good to see you over here. Glad you could pop in. Right now I'm just trimming down some stems. These are pretty long, which is pretty cool for arrangements, but for a wreath, we don't need them quite that long. Thanks for the follow. I see you guys following. You're awesome. Okay, let's see if we can get this going again. Hopefully I can see your comments. Keleas is live now. Let's try again. Okay. Let me get the screen back in there. Okay, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. All right. Let's get this going. I'm going to start creating my base, and we're going to put the long feathery bush in the background to kind of build it up and get it going. I'm going to come way up the top. Now, I'm making this to go with my other piece that we did in class the other day, but I want to make it just slightly different. So it kind of coordinates, but it's a little bit separate. Yeah, it's kind of like matchy, but not matchy. So you could have them in the same room, but you wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm committed to one design. You know, there would be a couple of little different pieces working on. You ordered a Christmas tree today? How fun. It's time. Hey, Quincy. Hi, Connie. Good, good. You guys can see me good on Facebook? Yay. Okay, I think the Facebook stream was actually working fine. It just, it's been kind of glitchy lately, so I probably should have just hung in there a little bit longer. So we're going to get these pieces in and just decide how far out I want things to go. You know, I want them to go far. We're getting big. We're going big. Hi, Kimmy. Hey, Casey. Hi, Kathy. So, you guys, if you're just getting here, I want to remind you, we have the workshop this Thursday. If you want to join us, it's a paid event. It comes on Thursday, and I'm teaching you how to make a boho-inspired floating wreath design, something brand new. If you're a member of Design School already, you're going to want to join through the link in the portal. If you're not in our class, we would love to have you as well. It's a great way to get an introduction to the class. When you sign up, you can sign up for the workshop, or you can actually slide into class and the workshop. We generally are not taking new students until late August, but when you come through a workshop, we give you the opportunity to join class. So that's an option as well. But that's what we're going to be doing all day Thursday. It's held on Facebook in a private group, and what we do is we start off the morning with a party. Then you have recorded tutorials that you can watch, and you also have live videos where I make the projects again, but different, slightly different. So it kind of gives you inspiration to do so many different things. And we have fun, but I'm also teaching you the principles of design we're using, so you can definitely recreate that design. So over here on TikTok, check out the link in the bio up above. And if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you're going to want to just ask in the comments, and we'll get you a link. And we just posted a link. Yay! Yay! You can't wait for the workshop. Oh my gosh, y'all, they're so excited on Facebook. I'm fairly new to TikTok, so welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you for the love, the likes, the hearts, all the things. I'm still learning. But let me show you what we got so far. We got really, really wispy. Really, really wispy. Hello, Sharon, on the FB. I don't know what these algorithms want. We're going to use all the code languages. Try to stay out of trouble. Oh, I think I knocked my cutters down. I was looking for a shirt that kind of coordinated, but I'm working with orange. The boho workshop wreath has kind of mauves and creams and all kind of fun stuff. So I went with coral. I was like, coral is the closest we can get to match. Oh, y'all, my wire cutters, they fell way back here. Why is it when things fall, they go way to the back? Got them. Got them. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Pat. Okay, so I've kind of got it built out really pretty. So far, I've got touches of that wispiness. Now, one of the things we used in design school this week, last week, we used a bunch of these really cool twigs. So this is the same type of twig, but it's made to hang down. You guys, I like to use artificial pieces in all my work that look as real as possible, but we try to find a price point. I mean, there are some really gorgeous things that are amazing, but sometimes that price point is just too high. So we try to find a really nice price point for the price and find that happy medium with everything we have at Keleas.com. And this is one of those cool pieces. So this is fake. This is totally fake twigs. They're plastic, but once again, they're painted really good. Nobody would know. This is when you need nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Okay, I'm gonna have this right in here. We're gonna get super twiggy right in between. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. This is going to be dramatic. That's what I'm hoping when we get to the boho workshop on Thursday. You are feeling the drama. The drama. Where do I put the rest of it? I think this is it. Okay. I've got some that stick up and some that hang down. So it's a combination of both. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Karen. Great to see you tonight. Y'all, if you're not on our notification system, you're going to want to get a spot on that. And just go to textkelea.com, textkelea.com. You can also text me at 832, you know I'm going to panic and not remember it. 832-734-5201. Text me the word live. When you send the word live, we'll send you directions on how to sign up for our live notifications. Hi, Vicki. Hey, Shelly and Karen. Good you're here. Woo! Your door isn't this big. That's a cool thing. When you make your own designs, you can do whatever you want. I'm from Texas. Everything here's big. Everything here's big. We don't even want it little. I don't make pancake wreaths. I don't make wreaths that go behind screen doors. None of that stuff. It's all about drama. But when you make your own, you can certainly scale it back to whatever you want. Shelly, if you're in design school, you still have to join the workshop, but it's no additional cost for you. So go into the design school group, and there is a link there. Or you can go onto the dashboard in design school, and there's also a link there for you to join. You just want to join through that link. Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. We're already putting the drama. Joanne, I am great. Oh, I see you're an anniversary follower. You've been here for a year, Joanne. You're the best. Thank you so much. Some of you guys have been Blue Merinos for a long time. Y'all, if you're brand new, I've been doing this 25 years. I've only been on social media. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'm feeling it. I've only been on social media for 5 years. Like full-time doing content and all the things. All the things. Angie, you did? Good. Good. Angie got the text. She's here. Okay, so now we're going to add this piece in. This is kind of a wispy eucalyptus. And we're going to add that in also to work like a greenery. We're having greenery, we're having berries, and then we're going to fill in with the coolest new greenery filler bush. Can't wait to use it too. New stuff's coming. It's so excited. So let me just break this down real easy and we'll rock this in. Okay, I'm going to trim these off. Trim these off. And these are really well wired as well. Well wired as well. That's going to be well. The words are hard at night, guys. You're asking for a lot. Make a wreath, say the words, do the things, market the workshop, make it pretty, have fun, interact with the followers, have a good time. Can I do it all? I can do it all. I'm a pro. I'm a pro. Let's bring this one down. I'm going to add a touch of these. These just add a little bit more brown. Now you notice I put the orange kind of in the background because it's going to be, we're going to be layering a lot of the brown on top with twigs and grasses and greenery. So trust the process here. It might look a little wild at first. It's going to come together. Lori, and you've been a design school student for a year and a half. Woohoo! Y'all, after you're in design school, after 6 months, the whole portal opens to you. And I think we're at 230 something videos that you can watch over and over. And in our class, everything's segmented. So, you know, whether you're a beginner or more expertise, you're an expert. Let's say you make a lot of wreaths, you're really good at what you're doing. Then you can go to the section of the video you want to learn that skill and move on. So that always happens. Joanne, what's boho? So boho is basically nature-inspired, mixing a lot of organic type looks. Now, we're not going to use a lot of real organics, but just like tonight, we're using things that look real that are fake. And that's what boho is. It's a trending style. It's not exactly like the cottage core thing that's going on. It's a little different, but it is a type of style that you should try, maybe implement into your processes and experiment. So it's non-traditional colors for fall, but you can also do the style traditionally with the the oranges and the browns and all the things. So you do have options. But that's what we're going to be covering on Thursday, and we're going to be learning a new technique. It's a floating type design. So you can see back here, this design floats in the center of the wreath. This one right here. This is our main project we're going to do in the class. We're going to make this a few different ways. You're going to see it this way, and you're going to see it done a different way. You're going to see this color palette, you're going to see another color palette. So you're going to learn a lot of different options for creating that. And we're going to do it boho inspired. Yes! Do I have filler flowers to match the dark mauve sunflowers? I probably do. A bunch of new filler flowers just came in. So hang on. You're going to see a bunch of those posted pretty soon, okay? We got some pretty mauves and like a purples. Just gorgeous pieces. So if you guys have never seen us before, this is what I do. Create beautiful pieces. Inspire you to try some of your own. Look at all the follows over here. You guys are the best. Thank you. All right, let's get some twigs. Now that same twig, y'all, we have the supply list will be available for you on Keleas.com. So when you get later on, you can go to Keleas.com. We have this supply list, and in every supply list, there's also a link to the video, so you can go back and watch it. Those are available for you on YouTube or Facebook. Replays are not available on TikTok right now, but you can go catch them other places. Oh, yay! Sherry's a brand new Blue Merino, KDS Blue Merino. Yay! You're going to be in our class on Thursday, Sherry. Great! I'm so excited. Very nice to meet you. You've been following here for 2 years and now you're joining class. I'm so excited. This is great. Well, you couldn't have picked a better time to join design school. Right now with all the boho inspiration, it's just really right up our alley. It means what I love to create and design is popular and trending, and that is always like, yes. Yes. I love it. Okay. All right, so here's what we got so far. We got some nice drama, the twigs coming down. We've got the, we got a little bit of eucalyptus. We got a long way to go here, but we got the beginning. Because of course I'm big and dramatic. Am I the drama? The wreath's the drama. Hey, David from Tennessee. Polly got her text. Yay, thank you for letting me know, Polly. You're awesome. Okay, I'm coming in over here. So we have some of the twigs that hang. So if you're gonna do, like, if you decorate with scarecrows in your home, or you want to have like that natural vibe around pumpkins, maybe you don't do Halloween, this is a great twig. You can use it year and year after year. In this design, we're using it to flow down and bring that eye down. When you create a piece for someone's door, if they have a grand entry, it's beautiful to span the length of the door. And I like to do that. All right, let's go berries. So we're making this to go with the centerpiece over here. You guys can see the orange centerpiece. I'm going to show y'all. So we're going to add, I'm sorry guys, y'all got to move up a little bit. So now we're going to add the berries. Yes, so if you just joined design school and the workshop, we have our first live in design school for you guys that are new on Tuesday. So make sure you join us. Workshops on Thursday. Okay, thanks Kim. I appreciate you. All right, let's spread this dude out. And then I'm going to take and section it into a couple of sections. This stem can section out into 3, or actually 4, but we're going long and lean. Like I wish my body was. We're doing that on here. Who's over here? Hello! Dog, mom, cats, cat slave. I got it. I feel the same. How about add the kid in there? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get some berry action going. I'm going to try to use this piece just kind of flowing into here. I'm going to need to stop putting this stuff on the table behind me because I keep knocking it off. Let's have this kind of come down. Ooh, yes. That's going to flow right in the middle here. Y'all, we're still just have the one air conditioner working in the garage. It's the little one. The big one has to have a new wire put in. So forgive the lousy shirt. It's not for drama. Hi Brenda. Hi Tara and Mary. Good to see you guys tonight. Okay, we're putting in some more berries. And I'm kind of putting the berries towards the front of the design. I want them to pop. And those round twigs be in the background. Oh yes. How lush is this? Okay, I'm going to put this one other piece of eucalyptus kind of coming into the middle. It'll be a party over here. Let's get it going on. Hey, Teresa. Patty, you were on the wrong live. Patty, it's a long story. Patty, I try to do technology. You know, I do so good. I think I know what I'm talking about. And then boom. Boom, I did 2 lives. Okay. Ooh, this is so good. Okay, more berries. Teresa, how are you? I know you're making pretty stuff. Okay, let's bring this one in. There's another great piece. I'm going to just take and shape it. Y'all, when you pay for florals that are all wired, you need to take and shape them up. You don't just shove them in. You can tell a designer who shoved things in and a designer who's taking the time to space all those pieces out. It really makes a difference. And you can actually use less product when you're doing that. Okay, so I'm really taking time to work these gorgeous berries. Y'all, we got some new shelving at the warehouse. And so Honey Bunny was putting it up this weekend. So if you don't know, we sell Wreath supplies on Keleas.com. I teach you how to use them. I show you what goes together. I mean, I take all the stress out of doing your own wreaths. And if you want to sell them, we can teach you how to do that too. All the things. But we were putting those new shelves up, and man, I love berries. I'm like, oh, I think we got berries in every color. I can't help it. They're so pretty. I need the berries. All right, let's bring this down. Is there one product or supply that you love? Tell me what that is. I'm going to guess what some of it is for you guys, but what is the one thing you always are drawn to when you're shopping for supplies? Like, you're like, oh, I need more of that. Is it ribbon? Is it twigs? Is it berries? Oh, I can't wait till you tell me. I can't wait till you tell me. Yeah, if anybody's asking about design school or our workshop in the comments, if you guys have been to one of ours before, I would love for you to tell them what you think about them. What you enjoys? Filet. I like it. Oh, filet. I like a good filet too. Ribbon and greenery. You can't have enough, right? Oh, yes. Twigs, ribbon, berries, all of them. Good to see you, Nellie. Serena just says ribbon. That's the one I thought all of y'all were going to say. Keleas is not a ribbon hoarder, but you guys have me beat. But I have you beat on twigs and weird pods and greenery. And mushrooms. Mushrooms. Oh, thanks, Donna. This is my passion. It's what I love to do. It's my pleasure to teach you how. I adore my design school students so I can actually, walk through the process step by step. I was a teacher by trade and learned, went to school to be a teacher, but never dreamed I'd be teaching floral design to all my favorite stuff here. So it's an absolute blessing to get to live my dream, and I couldn't do that without you guys supporting me. So thank you for being here, always. Okay, let me bring a little bit more berry right here into the center. I'm going to go up with a little bit first. Ribbon is addictive. You've been practicing bows. I love it. Right, Polly? You like to include unexpected thing. Oh, girl. Same. Same. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. Add that little fun little trick up your sleeve. Pop it in. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more right here. Oh, thanks, Pam. Pam says workshops are amazing. Excellent teacher. Thank you, Pam. You are so sweet. I just enjoy all of this with you guys. It's just totally fun. Okay, be careful. You don't want to rip the berries off because you're impatient like Keleas. Okay. I need a little more. I'm going to put a little more of the feathery orange to the front here. Oh, wait. I think we're going to add the next greenery first, which is a new one, and it's gorgeous. It has, let me give you guys a close-up, okay? Look how pretty this is. It's got creams and oranges. It's just beautiful. And filler, too. All of it. Oh, Teresa, I'm so sorry. What happened? I missed what happened. Teresa, I don't know what happened. I hate to hear something bad happen, but Teresa has been here for a long time. Okay, I'm going to separate this out into sections. It separates really easy. Just tear, tear, tear. I like that it's airy. I always want to look, but I can't stop stuffing and stuffing. Well, we're going to keep everything fairly long in here, and then when you're going to get back here towards the center, we're going to have to shorten it up. Because now we got to cover all of our mechanics in here. I used like a greener moss, so we need to tighten this up to kind of cover that up. You're not going to really see it. Once I add this in, you're going to pick up the green for the moss. It's all going to look good. But now I am going to have to shorten these up a little as we get in the middle. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Teresa. Your baby had to put your puppy down. I am so sorry. That is a bummer. Okay, so I'm going to cut these a little shorter because we want these to kind of be hanging out to the inside party right here. But this is just oh my gosh, that is like perfect. 60919, eat your heart out, baby. Woo! This is good stuff. I like this light greenery on here too. Oh, yummy. I'll put a link, you'll of course have a link to all of this on the supply list when we get done with it. This is definitely, like you said, unexpected, a different texture. Oh, yes. And I like that we put the orange in the background to layer it all up. No, yeah. This is turning out great. And you know what? It's got less brown than the arrangement, but how good is this going to look when I combine them both? I cannot wait to get my booth all set up with all the new fall. I'm trying to hold out till August to set up my booth for fall, but I want to go now. All right, let's put this one in down here. I got a lot in this zone. Get in there, buddy. Pretty. And I'm going to keep cutting it up into smaller pieces. Pat, oh my gosh, Pat, it's going to turn out great. We're going to get there. You guys on TikTok may be having a hard time appreciating, but look, it's really going to be gorgeous. Hello, Mary Jo. Best website builder, developer, designer. Hey, where are we from? I am from Houston, Texas. Actually in Sugar Land. That's why we're making big, massive wreaths, because we don't do no stinking small. Got to keep it big. Actually, this one I'm just trying to make a statement. Well, this piece I think still needs to go up. This needs to go the other direction. Go the other direction. I'm so glad you're liking this one, Pat. I like how we've layered up the colors on this design. Sometimes that's harder, but we're nailing it. We're killing it. Hey, Margaret. You're welcome. How's the best floral designer teacher doing? I'm doing great, Mary Jo. I'm doing great. We are getting ready for our workshop on Thursday, Mary Jo. Got a lot of new bloomerinos in the house tonight. A lot of folks excited about the boho floral fall workshop. We're gonna have so much fun. I'm just cutting the trash on the table, guys, so it's not all over the floor. Okay, I'm gonna space this one out. Oh my gosh, you made us, oh, how fun. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. I can't wait either. Workshop time. So don't forget, if you want to join us in the workshop, links in the bio. It's a paid event. It's being held on Facebook in a private group. Yeah, we're gonna have 3 videos on Thursday, starting off the morning with the party. Don't miss the party. Lots of giveaways if you can. We do, in the workshop, we do make sure that everyone's included in the giveaways, even if you can't be there live, because we understand everyone has work schedules and all that stuff. So don't worry, everybody's included in that. But I also like to give away some little sweet treats to those of you who are live with us, hanging out. So I'm excited. I've already told the family I am busy all day Thursday. Don't come in the bloom room. It's game on. Y'all, I was even out trying to find some last minute fun things today because I had some more ideas. I just continuously have ideas, guys. And I'm gonna set up the studio, get it decorated for the workshop. It's gonna be fun. Okay, let me step back and take a look. Oh my gosh! We're nailing this! This is pretty! I'm in love! It's all Keleas.com. You guys, workshop Keleas. You can go there to get the workshop. You can email us, all of that. The schedule, the supply list, and you don't have to buy the supplies, you guys. You can wait. I actually suggest you might wait until you watch the videos, because I'm going to make the wreaths more than one way. So you might want, you might change your mind on the design you want to make. Oh my goodness, this is just beautiful. Okay, I'm going to work right in here in just a second. I need to fluff that area out a little bit. It's looking good. Could you turn the wreath so we can see it straight on? It looks amazing. Yes, I just did a second ago, but I will show you again. Yes! And you're seeing it reverse. It's actually the other way. You guys, here, look at it. Look at it. Juicy. Super duper juicy. Wait till we're bohoing. on Thursday. We're gonna be breaking the internet. I'm excited because we're doing a new technique, even though it's the boho style. We're doing a new technique that you can use any time of year, of course. And I think you're going to find it so simple and so fun. That's another thing. I'm always trying to come up with something new and different that kind of simplifies the process, but makes your work even stand out against the competition and be a little bit different every time. Okay, I'm going to steal a couple of areas. So this is called the transition point here, guys, where we're coming up and we're going down. And you could put something in the transition point. We could put a pumpkin. We could put a bow. But I'm the queen of the no bow. Because remember, I told you I'm not a bow hoarder. I do ribbons, and we do have plenty of bows. But we're going to work that area right here, just filling it in nice and pretty. And you learn all about transitions in design school, spacing, all of that stuff. So it'll answer all the questions for you. I got some glue strings. We got to get those out. Okay, let me take a look. Holy smokies, gorgeous. All right, I'm going to bring back some brown twig, and we're going to have that more towards the foreground a little bit. This time I'm going to use the more pointy one. Thank you, David. I'm glad you like it. I cannot wait. It's going to be the drama. Yes! You could do both. You got it. Oh my gosh! Oh, is it? It's looking like fall? Oh, yes. It would be perfect. In Connecticut, I love it. You just joined my Facebook? You're awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Christina, I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better. Oh, Debbie, go into the Facebook group and there's a link in there for you, okay? So you won't, if you're a design school member, you don't pay for the workshop. It's not an additional cost for you, okay? Polly, you signed up for design school. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is exciting. And you're getting in early because you're coming through the workshop. You guys, if you're already design school students, you will go into the Facebook group and there's a link there for you to join. You'll just click it. Hey, Michelle, your first time to see me live? This is great. Welcome. I'm Keleas, down from Houston, Texas. The owner at Keleas here. And I teach floral design, and we use all artificial flowers, so it's a little bit different. All artificial. I'm the queen of the wispy designs, and it's my preferred design style here. I love it wispy and full. Oh, there's a little plastic doodad from the tag here. Yay, Nellie! Yay! Hey, lady! I'm glad you're here too. Sorry you had to rearrange 2 appointments. I mean, this workshop stuff is fun. You don't want to miss it, do you? But once you join the Facebook group, we have the schedule in there where you can see what times I'm live. Everything's Central Time. But we will see you guys there. We're going to have fun. If you have any other questions about the workshop, please feel free to ask. So the difference between a live here and a workshop is I'm going to be teaching you the skills I've used to create this. I've said a few things, but I haven't taught you the technique. So that's what I do different. And we're learning a whole new technique when we make the boho wreath over here. Something completely different. I'm trying to fill in just a little more depth. And you see the brown working here. I'm trying to make sure I got enough brown working there. I need a little bit more in the center, so we're going to add a little bit more. Nicole says the supply list is up over on Keleas.com. Yes. Yeah, if you just go to Keleas.com at the top there's a link that you can click. It says supply list, and it will take you to the supply list for this. If you get to a supply list that's password protected, That's because those are special for design school or special for the workshop. We protect those for our students. But anything I do out on Facebook or YouTube like this, you can go look at it, and that will be on Keleas.com. And those always have links back to the videos. And you want to get on our text list if you can. We'll text when we're live. We send out notifications. So if you want to get on that list, just text us the word live. Go to textkelea.com, and we'll let you know what we're up to next, because I'm always doing something new, trying to do something different. I get bored easy with the same stuff, so I want us to try different techniques, different methods. That way, our work never gets boring or the same, and our customers are going to be wanting more. Okay, I got a little bit of brown in there. I love this drama piece. Let's have one piece kind of flowing out where these are feathering out too. You guys here? Hopefully you're still here. Aww! Thank you, Christina. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Y'all, we do have customer service. If you email info@Keleas.com, if you need to track something or know about your information and your membership, all that, you can check it out there. Okay, let's go right in here, right at the transition. One more little piece. I'm feeling it. Oh yeah. Okay, and then, let me see, he needs a little bit of green here. I love this stuff in the back because it's wired. Oh, that's wired. So let's say you ship this out to your customer and, you know, something gets wonky. They just go boom, boom, boom. Ta-da! You put this away, you know, in the summer. You bring it back out in the fall. No big deal. It's all wired. It can get refluffed. And it looks like it's real. That was the bow maker. Like, I'm slowly killing the bow maker. One peg at a time. One peg at a time. All right, guys, we did it. So who's going to join me at the workshop this week? This is gorgeous. You guys, who's going to join me? Didn't this turn out amazing? Oh my gosh. I love to work with pre-made bases when I can, especially if I'm on a crunch and I need to be stocking my Etsy store quickly. And this one comes on a called Angel Vine base. And I love that all these florals are ready to go and easy to work with. On another video, we've showed you how to hand tie the bow we're going to be using on this. But with these two ribbons, we're going to add a little bit of a tail into this design too. Another thing that we're going to be using today is some gorgeous pampas grass. So we're going to get started by creating our base first. The hanger's built in, and you can see the nice angel vine base. It's super easy to work with, really quickly to build up your design. What I like to do is I do like to use the bow in the top region, but I want it to be a little bit not at the tippy top. Like, I like to have florals above it. So I use a matching pick. This is more of a spray. It's a little bit longer. It's got the same florals, and I'm going to shake hands with it just like we have to do with everything we use in design school. When I'm teaching our class every week, we talk about manipulating the florals because we want to make sure that you're paying for nice, good quality. You want to make sure you manipulate it to make it look really good. Here, I'm going to take and cut it down enough to where it can still get into the base, but we don't need all this extra stem. Probably about a 7 or 8 inch stem. Cut this off, and then we'll see if we can go ahead and work it in and go right here at the top. You know, building inventory for your shops. Now that one's in where I like that spacing. You see I left a little area in here. We would call that the bow zone, right in the middle. We leave that open so we have some space for that bow to go into, and she can sit in the design rather than just going on top. We do both, but in this case, we're gonna let her sit in. I think I'm gonna use a combo of glue and cable tie. So let's get a little glue on the stem and put her in. Kind of do that a lot. Like, if I feel like the glue is gonna hold, you just go with glue, but I think sometimes the combination is just perfect because I wanna be able to control her a little bit more. So I'm gonna go right here. She's got a hanger behind. I'm just gonna tie her back to her hanger a little bit with the cable tie. Now when you tie onto a hanger, you have to think about, if I sell this, when I sell this to my customer, they're gonna easily still be able to hang it straight off that hanger. So make sure where you're putting the cable tie doesn't disrupt that. Now I'm doing that to kind of pull this back a little. There we go. And we won't be able to see it. I used a brown cable tie, so it's totally hidden in there. And now I've got the glue holding it, but also I've got that back up the cable tie. I like both. This particular wreath, I think I'm gonna try to bend over a little bit and come over this way because I'm trying to keep the bow zone open. Now we're not going to put the bow into the end, but I want to start working on our pampas. It's a beautiful fall swag, but we're going to take it to the next level. Take your pampas, we're going to use those wires we talked about and kind of spread this all out. Give it some dimension. You can see I'm trying not to make it flat like a big feather, like a headdress or something. I want to have a little bit more movement. And we're going to put our first piece in, going over here to the right, and this one can reach the grapevine base, or the angel vine base. So I'm going to I don't even need to trim it or anything. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a swirl in the glue. We're going to have this one kind of come off to the right. Now, it's glued into the base fine. I want you to take and manipulate it a little in. I want to see it work around the pumpkins. So a couple of pieces will come up. Remember, the bow will be here, but that will be pretty. Now, I like to teach not matching on the midline a lot of times on a design. Like, we want to stagger one higher and lower. That seems to look more natural. So I'm going to go up a little bit this way, where this piece will go a little higher. So this one's lower, this one's higher. Now, it can't reach the grapevine in the background, so I'm going to attach it with cable tie. So remember, we attached this down to the back. That works great because now we can just go right on it. Super stable. Use your cable tie. Put it on nice and tight. It's right there. All of that mechanics will be hidden by the bow in a little bit. So one of those will work. Shape this out a little bit in the foreground, and we're going to mix that in. And that's a trick we're always working on with design school because it helps you have a higher perceived value when you get ready to sell your work. Okay, so the top's done. Looking good. Let's do the bottom. We have high and low, and then we have to shift direction. That's called a transition point. And when you learn how to floral design, there is transition points that occur all the time. So we've got one right here. So we're going to shift directions and start to work these in opposite each other, kind of working down the base. So I need to trim it down a little. It's a little bit long. I'm going to take a couple inches off, and we're going to work with this one on that side first. Okay, so I'm going to work away from me a bit. I'll give that a swirl. And we have 3 pieces here to work down this entire base. So I'm going to push this in. I want to feel it go into the angel vine really good. And that's just what the base is made of. And then I want you to take and utilize these wires. So some will go to the front, some will go to the back. I want to bring some greenery up. So you can see how we're already we're upscaling this big time with just these simple, beautiful pampas we're putting in. All right, so our next piece will come down a little. It's going to work opposite this one a little bit down. And I'm still shaping it right up. Swirl it in my glue pot, and we'll put it right in just a little bit lower. So we get nice spacing, nice placement. We'll work that in right under the sunflower and just push it in. Okay, and spread those beautiful wires out. I mean, that's why we're not buying this stuff from big box stores. When we're buying good quality florals, it's going to be quite a different quality, and your manipulation ability of it is going to be next level. And then our last piece is going to kind of come on the other side. And this time I'm going to take, and I am going to cut them down even shorter. So a little bitty stem. And then we're going to put this one in on the other side, kind of coming down to the middle. All right, so I'm just going to take and hold them all in because it's shorter. I don't want to get it in my glue. Well, that's a great way to get burned, having that in the glue. We don't want that. This comes in over here, and then I want to manipulate those berries on top, some of this underneath. So the advantage of starting with a pre-made base is you can see how quickly we can pull this together, and I can start to work on all the techniques and mechanics I'm learning. But see how beautiful she is? And we're not even done yet. Now I'm going to come up here. She's going to go in that bow zone we were talking about. I'm going to pop it right into here. And I'm going to get her nice and tight. But even if you're not looking to make and sell or anything like that, and you just want to make some pieces for your home, these are easy to complete and do, and they're fast. but they're not like anything you're going to see anywhere else. I work really hard to have products that are different, styles that are still trending but a little bit different, so you can feel like you've got something special for your home. Or you can make these as a gift for a Thanksgiving party. These can stay up all season. So as I'm putting that bow in, I'm kind of manipulating my cute little leaves around, and I like those tails going up and down. Isn't that gorgeous? She is so pretty with all her pampas and her sunflowers. And then this is that really cool silver dollar eucalyptus with the red. That's always so popular. Beautiful. It's up to you if you want to do this next section, but I thought it'd be fun to give a tail coming out the bottom, kind of weaving in as we went down. You don't have to, but I think we're going to do that to add a little pizzazz. You're going to grab your rolls of ribbon and just decide, okay, how much do I want coming out? You know, how big is my door? Would I like a couple of tails coming out either side? You can do that. Or we're just going to do one really pretty tail kind of curling out the middle. So I'm going to do it about, let's do it about 12 inches long, maybe 16. Let's go 16, a little bit longer. So that's going to be my tail, all right? We can put these aside. You're still going to have some more ribbon to play with. So you can make yourself, you know, some bows to go on your mailbox or at your front door. Now I'm going to go ahead and dovetail both of these so we get a nice little finished look on the ends of them. We pop this in our swag. And then when you just want to make like a little additional tail to go in something, all you have to do is kind of pleat it up like this. And then you can just take and cable tie this right into your piece, okay? Or you can take and tie it, use a cable tie and tie it to one of the little pieces of the wires we cut. That might be easier to get in and all around this. So this is like one of the pieces of the wires we cut. Just take that, cable tie it to it. And all of a sudden you've got like a little section of ribbon on a piece of wire. It didn't cost you any extra. You already had the rolls. You already had the piece left. Trim this tail off, this side off. All right, so it looks like this. Okay. Now, I like to put a little glue here because I'm always trying to make things that can hold the test of customers. That comes from 18 years of craft shows and learning that people are going to grab stuff and they don't understand how it could be fragile. So for me, I think this would go in cute right about here, kind of coming down. So I'm going to cut it a little shorter. It's a little bit longer than we need, but better be longer than too short, right? Then we'd have to take it apart and do it again. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick that in the glue pot, get some glue on it. And let's just tuck her in that pumpkin, underneath this pumpkin right here, and push her into that angel line. You should feel it go in nice and tight. Beautiful. And that little tail can just kind of work its way out, coming down to the side. And if you want to have more or less of those, you can take and kind of give it a little motion. It has wire in it, so you can wiggle it just like that. Isn't that fun? It's super cute, guys. So Bloomerinos, you can try this type of design and play with it. I hope this inspires you to make something beautiful for your home this fall. And we'd love to have you in design school. Come and join us. We have lots of fun things planned always, and there's a lot of benefits for being in our class. So come and join us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow no matter where you're watching. And I will see you next time. You guys go have fun with flowers. And then we're gonna rock and roll. Hey, Bloomerinos, it's Keleas. Great to see you. I'm joining you live tonight. I hope you're ready to have some fun. We are making a rustic fall wreath. And this recipe tonight's going to be pretty easy. I think you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to try to break it down super simple so you can make a fun wreath like this. Tonight we're working with a pre-made fall wreath base. So let me pull up your comments. Certainly welcome you all. This is kind of a unique wreath base that it is corn husk, and it's got fake wheat on it. I love that. And these cute little twiggy type grass in there, which gives it all this great dimension. So while you guys are coming on, I'm going to start shaking hands with it. Welcome everybody. If you're brand new or you haven't been in here a while, I'm going to remind you guys to like, follow, and share. I'm Keleas. I teach floral design, all artificial and silk flowers. So we're coming up into the busy, super amazing season where everybody enjoys decorating their homes.
And I'm hoping I'm gonna give you guys a ton of inspiration. Hi, June. Good to see you. Frida's ready for some fun times. Hey, Pat. Awesome. Hey, Wendy. Glad to see you over here. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is what you have to do with a lot of your wreath supplies when you get them, is you're going to have to take some time to do what we call in design school shake hands. Awesome, Teresa. I'm glad you're here tonight. So shake hands is kind of like you got to have a lot of patience. But you can see I kind of started on this wreath a little for you guys. Started kind of spacing it all out and making sure things aren't pointing the wrong way. Straighten this out. When you buy nice wreath supplies, things are going to be wired, okay? And that's what we sell on Keleas.com. Beautifully wired pieces, and you want to make sure you're utilizing that. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. I love that you're all coming in. This is fantastic. I'm straightening out the wires, all that. And wherever you're watching, if you have questions, please ask. I will try to answer. If we don't catch you live right now, I'll get you on the replay. Now, the other thing I don't want you to forget is to get a spot on our text list. That number is 832-734-5201. We'll pop it in the comments also. It's also on our link tree if you're watching anywhere else. Just text us the word live and we'll get you set up to get live alerts whenever we go live. All right? We've got it fluffed out good, and this is where we're going to start. Now I'm going to show you guys what else we're going to put with this tonight. And remember, this is going to be easy. It's a great beginner piece. Because when you start with such a gorgeous base, like you don't have to do a lot to make it look amazing. But I want to show you how pretty our color palette's going to be. I've picked out 3 of these really neutral pumpkins right here. And they kind of got this beautiful wash on them, which is going to kind of, you know, go in really good with these corn husks. Then this mustard berry. Can you see why I picked that out? That we've got the mustard color of the wheat. This is just a beautiful contrast that's going to go really well with that. So we're going to use 3 of these. Now, I want to show you also the filler flower we're going to use. So this is going to function like a bigger piece. Like these would work like your main flower in your wreath design. Each of these picks is going to work like that, okay? So when you see these, you're thinking the main flower. In the spring, we'd be using peonies and magnolias. And at Christmas, we'd be using poinsettias. That's what those are, okay? Now, this is going to work like a filler flower. This is our phoenix bush that has, no, I think this is called a heather bush. And it has worked so well for us because it has greenery and color. And you can see I picked out something with a little more pop of color. It's got the orange, so it's going to pull out a little bit of that more traditional and pop really well with the other 2. So we've got the 3 pumpkins, and I have 2 bushes of the greenery. Now, I can't wait to show you our ribbon choices. Now, don't forget, we've got this gorgeous washed pumpkin in there. So that made me think, let's pick out this ribbon right here. It has a pumpkin in there that's kind of a white and cream, and then this one that's orange washed. So we're going to use this ribbon. This wreath comes exactly like you see it. What you see right here comes exactly like this. I didn't have to do a thing to it. Okay, and we're going to add the layers to it. So we're going to use this ribbon, and we're going to get that little pop of the cream. We're going to pull that out of here. And then I am a plaid nut. I love plaid. Plaid freak, rather. Let's call it what it is. So we're going to mix this beautiful brown plaid with that and put those together. Okay? So you kind of get our idea. We will have an entire supply list for you when it's done. Before this video started, we had some of all of this in stock. I can't guarantee how long it'll be here. But the supply list is always available to you. Even if something's sold out, you can go take a look at it later. We like to make sure that you have, you know, the resources available to you to see exactly what you need to make what we're making, okay? So this is an easy bow maker I'm pulling out. I'm going to get my ribbons, and we're going to go ahead and tie that bow first. So I'm going to put the big old wreath off to the side. When you fluff this out, it can go up to 24 inches. It's nice. It's going to be nice and big. Isn't it going to go good with the ribbon choices? Yes, me too. I love that. So let's load up first on the bow maker. We're going to load up the pumpkin, okay? Have that going in the back here. Now, I love I do bows on Wednesdays with you guys, so I'm going to just be making this one together, but if you need bow instructions, come join us on a Wednesday, because that's when I'm really rocking. Oh, you want to grab these ribbons? Yeah, no problem. We're going to have a supply list available for you when we're done, and we'll be posting it here for you shortly, okay? 6 I'm doing 6.5, a little bit bigger, because this is kind of a big base. So 6.5. We're going to go 6.5 on this side. All right, and twist. Got to get a nice sharp twist. Now I'm going to keep that same length as I go around. Just twist when you get to the center and hold it and fluff it out. Okay, and we're going to make our bow first, and then we'll start putting... Oh, you guys know what? I didn't heat up my glue gun. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Hold on. It's hard as a rock. Hello. Hello. Nobody's home. Let me plug that in while we're tying. Yeah, rookie mistake. Just when I think I got my act together. Psych. No, we don't. Hold on, let me plug that in. What was I thinking? I mean, I'm all for wiring things together, but not that much wiring. Gluing is a lot easier. Let me crank it up a little hot so it'll get going. If y'all see the glue gun on fire, the glue pot, let me know. If it gets really, really hot. Have you guys ever done that? Started almost ready to get to work and be like, dang it, my glue pot's not heated up. It's literally so irritating. Well, we got plenty of work to do before we start gluing, so that's okay. Hello there. Good to see you guys too. I'm glad you're coming in to join us. This is fantastic. Y'all, and if you're making something similar right now, or you like some of these colors, let me know in the comments and tell me what colors you're enjoying using for all your fall that you're working on. I know this is kind of a traditional look, and of course we're loving, I love anything new and different too, but there's always going to be a demand for things that are a little more traditional, so you got to keep it up. It happens to you all the time that you forget to plug in your glue pot. Yes. I get it, Stephanie. All right, now we're going to put our second layer of ribbon on top, and I'm going to come in at 5 inches. So just a little shorter than the last. We were at 6.5, and now I'm at 5, or you could go 5.5. And we're going to put this really beautiful plaid right on top. And we're going to do 2, I think. Oh, thank you, Karen. You like it? Awesome, awesome. Hey, Trisha. Okay, we're going to take and separate these out. Let's get the next one in. Scrunch it. So we've got 3, 2. And I think we'll just finish up with one more of the pumpkin. Kind of making it up as we go. Hi, Vicky. Let's put the pumpkin on top. Do one more. How are we doing over here? We're doing something. It's getting there. Not really quickly. Go! Go, glue pot, go! Let me cut this one, and we will do one more layer over here. I'm going to cut that tail quite a bit shorter, probably about 14 inches. Let's see. I am going to go at 4 here. 4.5. Let's go 4.5. Twist it really tight. Right here. Oh, nice, Stephanie. Fantastic. Woohoo! Let me make sure those match. For some reason, I had that a little smaller. See how pretty that is? It gives you a nice muted look. Now, if you want, we could add like a little bow tie of the plaid on top. Let me see if I want to do that or not. Just make a little loop. Let me see if I like it. Oh yeah, that's pretty cute. Let's do that. Sometimes that little bit of contrast right on top is just so perfect to tie it all together. Okay, let's put this combo in and just pleat that right up. And then we'll put that in the center and have our, we call that a bow tie, literally just because it has no tails coming down. How cute! Stinking cute already! Hello there from South Carolina. Hey, Karen. You like the combo? Yay! Fantastic. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Like normal, we're going to have fun. I gotta have fun, guys. This job's too much work if we're not having fun, right? Any job can be. Put that cable tie right beside, pull it up. Ooh, I smell it now. This pot's a cooking. All right, get some pressure on that with the cable tie. And now I'm going to work on fluffing this up. So I'm just going to take it, rotate it to the back. And we're going to take our time and get all the loops their own space so we get a lot of nice dimension here going. Okay. Y'all, the only thing is when you turn the glue pot hotter, it seems to stink more. I like to let it coast to heat, not go flaming to heat. 0 to flames. All right, so pull those back a little so you get that nice center. Stephanie wants to know, do I ever use mesh? I don't, Stephanie. I just use silk flowers and greenery and all that. I do not use mesh anymore. I did back in the day. I did mesh wreaths, but I always didn't like them. So I kind of did it begrudgingly when they were so popular. Mesh was new. I've been doing this for 25 years. We're going on 26. And when mesh was pretty new and people discovered they could make wreaths out of it, I actually had to. When I was on the craft show circuit, I had to use them. But I always would make the mesh base and then put flowers on top of it. So to me, it was always just like a ton more work to do all that. But now I just don't use it. I enjoy this, and I got to where my customers wanted all silk flowers. I put the plaid in the middle. So like today, we got this really super cool base with the all the corn husk on it, and it has artificial wheat in it. I mean, how fun is that? You know, because if you use real wheat, I don't know if you've ever worked with dried flowers, guys. There was a time when I was super into dried flowers because that was the trends. So sometimes if there is a trend, you might find yourself having to go that direction again because it is what people want. So if you use real wheat, if it's not preserved right, it has a tendency to shed and a mess. Look how pretty this is on here. Oh my gosh, it's just perfect. So this is going to be our bow. We're going to use in just a little bit. But right now we're going to get all our other things in place, okay? So let's get going. Now, I'm going to try to make this facing you guys. You know I normally design on a wreath base, but tonight I'm doing it flat on the table. So what we're going to do is start here. Kathy, hopefully the notifications will go out soon. Sometimes they don't go out on time. We have no control over that, but Nicole sends them out. Hopefully you'll get it next time earlier. So with each of these, you've got to take and shake hands with them. I want to get those leaves spread out. I want to get these berries spread out. We're going to do that with all 3 of these pieces. So that's, once again, it seems like a silly part of the process, but it's real important. Look at all the love. Thank you for the love. You're so awesome. All right, everybody's spread out. Now let's start to get these in how I want to place them. We're going to need our wire cutters, and we're doing good over here. I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't start to blow. Okay, yay! We cooked up some glue. Good job. Woo! Thank God I remembered before we got through it. You love the traditional colors, Deb? Yeah. So we need to plan for a bow zone. So I'm going to let the bow sit right here, okay? So let's take, and let's just place these in without gluing to start with, okay? I want to kind of get good placement. Let's put the bow in. Sure. Can I talk about my fall subscription box? So, Stephanie, I have 2 different subscriptions at all time, and they're both seasonal subscriptions, meaning that they change depending on the time of year. So we have a greenery subscription that comes out monthly. You'll get the greenery for the season we're in. So right now it's fall. We have what we call our BBB box, 4B box. And it's the blooms, berries, buds, and branches. And that is a floral subscription box. And it comes out once a month also. And it is also seasonal. So in the spring, it's spring flowers. Right now it's gorgeous fall collections. And the thing about my boxes is they're coordinated to go together. So any of the subscription boxes are, the things can make, we might have 2 different looks going on per box, or we might have 1 look going on for the box. But last month's box people went nuts for. It was fall also, and they loved it. So if you need any information, some of the boxes are sold out right now. We have a wait list if we don't have any available, but just let us know in the comments which box you'd be interested for, and we can post the links to them. And you can sign up or grab a spot on the wait list. We all have a limited number each month. So I'm just placing these in. And guys, you have to go with the flow of your design, okay? We can't just back up and go a different direction. So I see people make this mistake all the time. So once we know the flow's going this way, which is, I didn't have to even choose because that's the way my wreath base came. then I need to make sure the berries in that go that way. So I don't want to do this. No, no, no. Khalid will have a stroke. I'll stroke out. No, once you have a flow going, then you stick with it, okay? Now let's get the last one in. I just want to make sure they're equally spaced and there's room for the bow, and I'm happy. This one might have to go down a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and glue these all in each section. Now, you may need to tie them in if you can't get them into the wreath. I'm going to try first to glue them. Okay, happy with that. I'm going to take the bow out for a little bit. Oh, Pat says the boxes are always full of goodies. You'll love them. Yay! Thank you, Pat. I work really hard to make them neat and different and fun. So, okay, guys, now we're ready to glue in. So I just gave that a little swirl in the pot, and now we're going to press it in the base. Okay. Number 1's going in, and I'm going to work it around here. Hey, Brenda. Sorry you got hacked earlier today. Hopefully that got fixed. Jeez. I'm telling y'all, sometimes that's a pain, isn't it? All right, let's bring in the next one right in here. I'm going to press it in. Trying to get it in the grain of the wreath here. There we go. You want to feel it go in and just put it right between and spread these out. I love how muted this is. Oh, it's been a rough week. All right, let's put the next one in. Stay with the flow. Keep it going down. I'm going to pick this spot right here. There's a little wire there. I'm going to poke it under. Hopefully that's not too low. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it up a little bit because I know that bow's got to go. I took the bow out so you guys can see a little bit better, but we want this to be a little bit bigger so the bow can pop in there, okay? And spread that all around. Oh, you're interested in the boxes, Karen? Okay. Karen, on TikTok, if you could email info@keleas.com, we can give you the link. It won't let us post links while we're live on TikTok. So, info@keleas.com, and we'll give you the links to both boxes, okay? All right. There you go. Now, okay, that looks pretty. You don't have to add more, but I really need to bring in that orange color because this is what we're doing with the bow, okay? I've got the muted color going, but now we need to bring in the beautiful orange that we're going to use the other 2 bushes for, okay? So let's grab those and get them all prepped and ready to go. So what we're going to do is, this is a nice hand wrap bush, and we can take and just tear it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys, anytime you have a question, if you're not getting an answer, you know, with just asking through our Facebook or YouTube or that, we have people helping answer questions, but if for some reason you need us, just email info@keleas.com, info@keleas.com. Oh, Deborah, the bow recipe, I did it at the beginning of the video, and it's a 3-2-1-1, and it's a got a bow tie on the front. Okay, I'm just tearing these, and then all you need to do after that is just get these tails nice and neat, because you don't want to be trying to put in weird, what I'm saying is cut that nice and neat right there. You don't want it sticking way out, guys. It's going to look weird if you do that. Ah, hey, Michaela. There's the email, info@keleas.com. Y'all, if y'all have questions or you need an exact link, you're like, I don't feel like looking for it, Keleas. No problem. We're here to help. Okay, so each of these, we're going to use 2 of these per section. Now, we've got a bow going here in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 4 to start with. And I'm not going to put any out of the bow till we work on that area, guys, because it's real important. If you're in design school, you know I will teach you to do, I call it, let's merchandise around the bow. We'll do that kind of towards the end of our design, and we're going to do that same thing today. So I'm putting that one in, and we want to make sure to integrate it right in. Hey, Pamela, yes, I was gonna tag you later. Pamela has this wreath base, and she was asking, where's the video on it? And it's like, I totally had one planned, but I hadn't done it yet. So you read my mind, Pamela. And we're going to have a supply list for the completed project when we're done, guys. So if you want to make it exactly as pictured, you can. And like I said, when I start the videos and the first day they come out, we have the supplies, but I can't guarantee how long we will have them. Okay, you see how pretty that makes it? Oh my god. This is so pretty, y'all. Okay, let's layer it in, shake hands with it, and let's put this one in here. And I'm watching where I'm going. I'm going in between the pieces of the grapevine. And then making sure it's in there nice and tight. And it's layered in. I'm not just putting it on top. Make sure you're kind of sandwiching it. Okay, awesome, Pamela. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you got it. All right. This is the bow zone, but I'm going to put a couple underneath. And then we'll put the bow in a second. Let's put one in underneath. So I'm going to tuck this one right under there, and I'm still going in the same direction, y'all, that I've been going the whole time, okay? You can't change. Once you commit, you're in for that way. So this is going to kind of come out. All right. And then I'm going to have one come down, then we'll put that bow in. And that still leaves us a couple. I love this green and orange. It's just, whew, that is doing it. That's pretty. Okay, this one I'm going to put a little bit lower because we can skip a little area there because the bow. We don't need to hide anything. Okay, so let me put it back the way we started so you guys can see the shape coming to life. Pamela, it comes on a grapevine base. So if you got you might have gotten the swag. I'm not sure if you got the swag, but this is the wreath base. We also have this available in the swag, but I don't know if there's any left. If you have it in the swag, that's all we've got left of them. Okay, let's come in here and let's put the bow on. See how pretty it's looking? Bow zone right here. I'm going to pop that in. And let me pull a little of this to the inside and a little to the outside so I don't just hide it all in the bow zone there. This is turning out so pretty. So let me put my bow in. I'm going to kind of come up a little higher here. And I'm going to work it into the grapevine. Or try. Here it comes. Okay, Pamela, you got 2 swags in the grapevine. Okay, perfect. Then you're good. This one we made on the grapevine base. This is not the swags today. But you could cut those swags apart too if you wanted to use them in something else. Because they're pretty cool. They got the same material on them. Okay, let's fluff this guy out and get him all positioned since he got all squashed here. Let's pull him up. So pretty. Now, let me turn it towards me for a second. I'm going to work on these tails. And then I'll get back to you guys in just a second. Because I like to layer the tails and pull them down through. And tuck them in and around. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. And then let's bring these to here. Okay. And I'm going to take now and curl up the center ribbons. And I'll turn it back around. You guys, if you're needing the supply list, if you go to Keleas.com and you click on supply list, it'll be the very first project on there. On Keleas.com. Now let's turn it around. I'm not done yet. Hey, Shauna. Okay, so this is how it's going to hang. This is the top, and that's going to hang down there. Now let this kind of overlap the bow a little. And now we're going to take our magical greeneries and we're going to pop them in around the bow. I might thin them out just a little here by pulling a few. And let's tuck them in around our bow. Make it look super cute. Take this one and just push it right up in there. Ah, yes. Right in the center. I love that. Now I'd like a little bit more kind of coming from the top here. I think that would be cool. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It just got that really natural look. You guys, if you're enjoying this and you want more tutorials, you want to learn more like this, we would love to have you in our design school class. It'll be opening up soon, again, for the fall season. So grab a spot on our wait list. Head over to KeleasDesignSchool.com and grab a spot on it, and we'll email you when we are open again for new students. But we are about to be starting Christmas soon also, and we've been doing Halloween and fall for quite a while now, and it is so much fun to teach you guys how to do designs. Whether we're doing like hacks like this, where we're kind of taking and using a base, or we're just building it from scratch, step by step. You learn the placement. You learn how to coordinate colors, put things together, how to match those greeneries. Ah, it's so much fun. Oh, Kenitha, you got on the wait list for design school? Yay! Awesome! Man, you are on the ball. Way to go. All right, I am just taking these now and just kind of doing a little, just wherever I want to see a little more pop of orange, I'm popping them in. And you can split this down to as small as you want and get as more intricate or leave it kind of clustered, whatever you like. Okay, let me get this one in and I'll give you guys all a kind of an angled look at it. And then you'll be seeing tomorrow, I'll be posting TikToks and Reels and that with the finished look when I get, hopefully it won't be raining too much tomorrow, I can get a good picture. I mean, we needed the rain, so I'm not complaining. But I can show you guys how it looks, because I think it's going to photograph really good. Such a pretty combination. Okay, fluff out that bow one more time. You can go a simple bow too, especially if you sell to people who are not a ribbon people. You could back off the loops on here, just go like a 2-1. And I think that would be really pretty also. But here she is, guys. Oh my gosh. She turned out just really pretty. Really pretty. Oh man, I love this one. It turned out so great. Really easy. We whipped that out pretty quick together. And I know you can do it too. You can do it too. All right, make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, doing all the things wherever you're watching. We appreciate you being here, and I'll see you guys next time. We're live together creating something beautiful like this. Ooh, watch that tail. We want that to lay down pretty like that. And go down their door and be like, yeah. I'm glad you like it. Okay, check that supply list, Keleas.com. Just click on supply list, and it'll be the first one that pops up. Pop off here. I think we're live. Yay. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. Keleas here. I am ready to create with you, like always. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to pull up our feed. I'll be able to read your comments on Facebook and TikTok. So if you're watching somewhere else while we're streaming, make sure you just say hello, ask any questions you need, and I'm happy to help you. I'm trying to pull you guys up so I can see your comments. Yay! So welcome. A few days ago, we started a garland challenge. And so this is what's left of our garland, guys, okay? We have already made one project, and what we're doing is we're seeing how many projects we can get out of one garland. So I'm going to make them pretty, of course, and I'm trying not to mix too much other supplies with them and let this be the main supply, but that is what we're doing. So if you're seeing this one, you're seeing video 2, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek of video 1. This was our first piece we made in the workshop, okay? And it is actually made on a little cutting board, like a charcuterie board here. And we made this. So if you need this replay, let us know. We'll be happy to get you the link. This is available on YouTube and Facebook. You can see the replay. And what we did is we used a couple of pieces of the garland. We used one of these, I don't know, we call this a heather or steel bead. What do we call this? Wheat. We call it a wheat, this wheat spray. And then we, of course, added the beautiful ribbon. Okay? So that was our first piece we made. So we're going to make a piece that goes with this out of the garland. We're going to add a couple pieces in also for green. We need a little bit more filler and greenery. But I want you to be inspired when you use one garland, how that can kind of set the tone for the design. Okay, so we can just have this dude sit off to the side over here with the skellies so you guys can check it out. Hello, Michelle from Nashville. Good to see you. Who's over here on Facebook? Who's here? I see Dallas is here. Karen, yay. Hi, Debbie. Oh my gosh, and I see Flo. Yay. Hey, Flo. I know, Mary. I'm glad you're here too. I'm glad you're here too, guys. So, y'all,
be inspired. The next time you see a garland you love, you can pick it up. And sometimes the garlands are expensive. Like this one's fancy. It was fancy and expensive. But I'm going to show you how they kind of do the work for you. And even though they're a little pricey, a lot of times a beautiful garland like this can make several projects. Okay, so there we go. Now let's get started. First thing you got to do is break down the pieces. So while we're doing that, why don't you guys tell me, y'all, we've been talking about, of course, our favorite fall recipes. And is there something that when it gets a little cooler, you are more inclined to go buy? Are you a pumpkin spice person? Is that going to be your vibe? Like you cannot miss the pumpkin spice, tell me. Are you doing pumpkin pies? I saw Miss Debbie Davis is here. She was making some pumpkin pies. I was totally jealous. Jealous of that. Hi, Terry. Hi, Patsy. Right? Aren't they fun? Those little boards. I got that board at Walmart. And it's just so easy to work on. And in design school, I'm getting ready to do a whole project using a different type board I'm really excited about. So hang tight. I got some ideas. So I'm going to kind of break the garland up into pieces. Now, depending, if you're going small like that, we actually have to break it a little smaller. In here, we're going to use a 14-inch wreath base. We're going to go a little bit bigger. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate you being here. Hi, Teresa. I'm so glad you're here, too. Hi, John. I'm glad you joined us. I'm going to cut this piece off, too, and get a little shorter. So I got it a little bit smaller here, guys. Okay, I've got one section. Let me take another. My idea is to get at least 3 projects out of the garland. And we're going to see. You know, I like to put a lot. I like to make it fancy. So we're going to see if I can actually do it. But we've gotten one. We're on project number 2. All right, let me take this section out too. I want to leave them kind of long because I like to go big. I think this will be our bigger project, but I don't want them. I also have to utilize all the pieces. Hi, Georgie. Debbie, you love the pumpkins. You love pumpkin so much, but not Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. But you don't like that one. Interesting. I just don't think I like the idea of drinking pumpkin, but I'm kind of weird. But I don't love like pumpkin soup and stuff like that either. Okay, so the biggest part of the garland's the leaf, the big leaf here. So I'm going to try to get that in the background. So what we're going to do is go take the leaves off the pieces and start to put these in. John, did I see the email? It might just be waiting for it to come to me. Everything goes to my team first, and then if they can't help you, then it comes to me. So we may not have seen it yet. Make sure it's an email. Don't send me stuff in Messenger and stuff like that, because I'll never see that stuff, okay? This is the second design from the garland, Karen. This is number 2. The first one is on the table. This is where we are. Right? Hey! Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're here, Miss Total Home Creation, sneaking in at work. Busted. We busted her. Or him. I'm glad you're here, though. Come on in and hang out for a little bit. You know, just put your little headphones on. You're working while you're listening. Hi, Heather. So let's start to get some leaves in, guys. And, oh, Lord, love a duck. I just stuck that in the glue pot. That's my cute little twig and my pine. We don't want to do that. Hi, Jan. You're checking in from Arkansas? Nice. Well, I hope we have a lot of different watchers. I'm live at a different time today. I'm trying to mix things up a little, change things up. So I hope we get you. And if you guys are watching later on the replay, of course, ask questions. We're here for you. Y'all, over here on TikTok, if you can't catch the replay, remember, YouTube, Facebook. If you can't find the link, you can email us or send us a message. We'll be happy to try to help you. Okay? I'm cutting off the leaves so far. Leaves are coming up from Louisville. All right, John. Nice. So I'm still taking off all the leaves. So the thing is, when you use a garland, it ends up being a little more cost effective, but it is more labor intensive. So you got to think about that. If you make and sell your pieces, you got to decide. Okay, am I cool with saving money up front? I'm okay with doing the labor, or I'm at the point of my business that I can't do that. I got to rock and roll. We got to sell stuff and move on. So you've got both options. John, you don't like to eat pumpkin anything, huh? I love pumpkin pie, and my kid likes it. And my daughter is so picky, it shocks me that she likes pumpkin pie. what are my trips for going to Ontario? So we just got back from our vacation in Ontario. We went to Toronto, the basic Toronto area, and then we went over to the country's capital, which is leaving my brain right now. I'll come up with it. What the heck? Ottawa. We went to Ottawa. Jeez. We just had a lovely time. We really enjoyed the War Museum, the Canadian War Museum there in Ottawa. It was amazing. That was like an amazing museum. Like, I haven't been to the Smithsonian in a long time, but that was probably Smithsonian level museum. It was nice. It was very really nice, really well done. So I would recommend getting to that if you can. But there's just, the weather is probably just beautiful right now. It might be a little bit cooler when they were there. It kind of had a little bit of a heat wave, but then it came in, came in. Pricing's so difficult. Yes, so there's pricing, and then there's your time involved too. So as you get to start to grow your business sometimes it's worth more to pay for something that's a little higher quality, it's easier to work with, and you can knock your projects out faster, because as soon as you are able to grow your business, you can charge more when you're using a higher quality product. It's going to last longer, it's going to be less construction time for you, and all of that is good. Hi, Nancy. Pumpkin bread is delicious. Yes, Penny, it is. I would agree with you on that. Pumpkin bread is delish. Like zucchini bread. Oh, yummy. Hi, Nancy. I'm glad you're here too. Awesome. Hi, Lady T. Y'all, I like any kind of... I tried something at a restaurant. It's a new restaurant to us in our area, but I know it's a chain. It's called Lazy Dog. Y'all might have been there to one or know all about it. But I tried something there called butter cake. We shared that the other day as a dessert. Oh my God, that was perfect. I like rich things as opposed to overly sweet things. It was good. So tell me if you've got something like that. Even if it doesn't involve pumpkin. Tell me what you love. Ooh, the whipped cream. Oh, you love the botanical gardens and the live butterfly museum? Oh my gosh. I'm sure those were awesome too. We were there doing some family stuff also, so we didn't get to do totally like a tourist trip, but I love that. Okay. Let's go in here. I'm going to use some of the bigger pieces right now to get them in. So for this one, I want to put my pumpkin in. And I think I'm just going to have my pumpkin lay down here with the pretty berries. If I need to come back and trim those off, I can. We're going to put that in. Was it Ooey Gooey Butter Cake, Leanne? It might have been. I just remember butter cake, this gorgeous, yummy ice cream on top. Oh my God, whatever it was, it was perfect dessert for me. Perfect dessert. Okay, I've got the pumpkin coming, the berries. I've got my big leaves in the background. So far, we're rocking this out. All right, we're going to do the same thing at top. And on the top, I'm going to use my gourd. And my gourd, this is kind of by itself. So I'm going to leave these beautiful leaves. These are the leaves that have that little bit of a velvet on the back. Y'all, I got to put on my Diva fan because I'm hot. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your florals. Okay, hold on. Oh, yes, the Diva fan is on. Yes. Yes, Nancy, yum is right. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sandra. Y'all, I think I'm getting to the change. The change is starting to hit me a little. I wake up hot, and I get hot. Okay, I'm going to have this little gourd up here, and then we'll put a pine cone also. Hi, Tina. All right. Man, I got a challenge going here, Wreath. Don't give me any trouble. We got to make this happen. Guys, if you're just getting here, we're making project number 2 out of one garland. All right? That is literally our challenge. I'm going to take this piece right here and put it kind of behind where I'm going to put the bow. Oh, Paula Dean's. Okay, I'm sure it is. Listen, Khalid don't cook a lot. Khalid works. I do flowers and more flowers. That's what I do. So if somebody else cooks, occasionally I cook, but definitely I'm going to have to buy my ooey gooey butter cake. I definitely loved whatever. I'm sure it had 7 million calories. So we shared it between 4 people. So we, 7 million divided by 4. It was a lot less. Okay, let me add a little bit more leaves to the inside. I Googled butter cake when we got home since I didn't know anything about it. And it did have a lot of butter. Butter went at the beginning and butter got cubed up at the end, and we put the cold butter. It was a lot of stuff happening. I was thinking, that's a lot. But, at our Painted Tree boutique, the one here in Sugar Land, I went shopping there the other day. Now, I have a spot in the one in Katy, but I went to check out our local location, and there was a new a cookie artist in there, and her cookies were yummy because they weren't overly sweet, and that's always my favorite. Not too sweet, but more rich. Oh, that's where people get me. That's where these hips come from. Sweet, yummy bread. Okay, we got the gourd up, we got the pumpkin up. And I am going to come in now. We're going to use, I have one more big leaf. I think I'll use one more big leaf to the inside. No. Use one more big leaf to the inside. I'm trying to move this out. Okay. Y'all, if you guys want to grab this garland, I think we still have a few left. We'll have the whole supply list for you towards the end of the video if we get it ready in time. If not, it'll be out tomorrow. But you can grab the garland and the supplies all from Keleas.com. Oh, yes. Put this in here. That's looking good so far. So I've kind of got my background working. I'm going to pull some of these leaves out here. I like how pretty those leaves are. Now, I've got this much left of my garland, but I'm trying to, try to go slow on how much I use. Let me come in and add my fillers that I'm going to use too, okay? I'm not going to add much, but I know I want to add some of this wheatgrass right here. We're going to put this in. This matches what we used in there. We only used 1 in that piece. I predict we'll probably use 2 in this one. So let me tear and start putting these guys in. I'm tearing them because I want that stem longer, of course. Right? The shortbread, like a cookie and all, yeah, it's just not overly sweet. I just love that. Wish it were less calories. Not necessarily. Oh, that's fun. You could definitely use all of that. Okay, let me separate this and we'll have this going up and out. Get that rocking from the top. So I'm going to use this kind of like I would a filler, twig, all of the things. I like that it's a little darker brown. I think that really brings out the pretty dark browns from in there. If you saw the live sale earlier, you could even try to mix in some of the burgundies in here. You could probably pull off that the phoenix tail fern. Use that with just a little bit of that dark brown sunflower. You guys, if you didn't catch the live sale earlier, you gotta go check it out. We had some beautiful collections and it's all put together for you. Hey, Melissa. Good to see you. We're having fun. We're still on day 2 of the Garland Challenge. I got a little blue on there. Come off. These leaves are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to put a couple more right here in the center. And rock this out. Oh, thank you for sharing the lives. Thank you so much. And thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm going to add some to the bottom. And still got some more to do over here too. I like that this adds that little wispy effect and we got some motion of the ocean going. Not the ocean motion, different motion. We got it coming in. Let's put this here. I see you, Kathy, Renee, Sandra, Judy. Trying to sneak in, being all quiet. I see you.
see you. I know you might be at work, so we won't call you out. Too bad. All right, let's get stem number 2. I'm going to break it down. We're going to use it at the bottom also. So I'm going to tear these out. You can cut this too if you want more length. All right. These are so pretty to use as a full piece, but I also like tearing them. For some reason today, I'm not getting a ton of comments on my feed. So if you are commenting and I'm not seeing you, please know I apologize. But we are here and we care about you, of course. So if you've got a question, I'll try to get back to it. Ask away. Okay, I'm going to come down here and we're going to have this piece kind of popping out the bottom. I love these fun, like sugar cone looking pine cones that are different. They're just different than what we have here in Texas on a lot of our pine cones. I love those. Those come on the garland also. I like that brown going against the cream. All right, let's go a little bit more this way. Hey, Kay! Glad you could pop into our garland challenge, day 2. Day 2 of the garland challenge. We are working on project 2. Day 2, project 2. All right, trim that off. Let's go to the other side. Okay, I'm going to pop up in here. I like that popping up like that. Yeah, pop on up. This is so pretty. I can't wait to put this collection together. That looks great. Now, let's work in the center. We got to get in this center section. Pop these in. Now, we are going to be putting our ribbon. We're still working on that same roll of ribbon. So if you order 1 roll of ribbon, you're going to be able to get 2 projects for sure, unless you just vary way off the design we've done here. Which, good on you. Go for it. I love for you to vary off and go have a good time. The garland's so gorgeous, you can just use it like itself, believe me. It's so pretty. Matter of fact, I think we'll get some ribbon in next. Oh, get out of there. Get out. I lost some debris in my glue pot, but that's a little too much. That's a little too much. Over here. We'll have that go there. Isn't that pretty? So far, so good. So we've used 2 of these bushes. I'm holding them off. I was gonna maybe use this big Astilbe in here, but I'm not sure if I am. I still might use it kind of behind. We'll see. I'll hold it off. All right, let's get the ribbon rocking. Ribbon time, ribbon time. So it's up to you whether you want to do a bow or just some fun tails moving in and out. Oh, Leanne, this is just Keleas. This is Keleas right now. Design school's on Tuesdays, Leanne. That's why I'm not hardcore teaching. We are just doing a challenge on the page right now where I'm seeing how many projects I can get with 1 garland. So that's the first one we did. This is the second one. So you actually haven't missed too much. I loved dovetailing this stuff yesterday or the day before. I was kind of surprised. See how cute it is? Really cute. So let's take and just pop in a tail. Oh, it's not long. I like the tails just coming in. Let's pop it in. Yeah, Leanne, if it's in design school, it would be really close up and you would have good view of everything, really tight. Okay? But that's fine. Ask anytime. No, there's no crazy questions. Ooh, I like that just kind of coming there. Let's put it over just a little bit. Right in here. And I'm going to tie that in. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Make sure you're on the notification list for both groups. So if you're in, you can get Discord notifications for Keleas.com and Design School. If you need help to do that, you can email info@Keleas.com if you don't know how. No problem. But we put notifications in the group so you won't miss a thing. Karen, you like the ribbon? Awesome. Me too. It's a really pretty ribbon. Okay. Add that in. I'm going to give it like a little bit of a roll down. A little crimp here. Let it kind of crimp you down. Oh yeah, crimpy, crimpy. Alright, let me cut that tail off. I just like this ribbon mixed with this textures and colors of all this. It's just so pretty. Jeannie, you like my Keleas sign? Thank you! I got that one on, got it on Etsy, of course. Etsy. I love the lady who's been making for me. Alright, let's come in. Okay, good. The Keleas Discord link's on the dashboard in Design School in the portal. So go check it out there so you don't miss any notifications, okay? Alright, I'm going to put this in kind of going this way. I think we'll have a loop. And then we'll do maybe like a little, just a simple little bow. I don't want it to be traditional. I want it to be funky and different. I want it to be weirdo. Ooh, I kind of like that. Maybe we'll just do it normal. Normal. Amanda, I see you on here. And dang it if you're not having me order a pink Christmas tree now. Dang it, Amanda. Peer pressure's hard. Dang it, y'all. Amanda was watching in design school the other day. I'm doing a pink garland for Halloween, and she was like, "Clea, are you gonna do any Christmas trees for Halloween?" And I really wasn't this year. I was not gonna do any, and then now, dang it, it's all her fault. Okay, I'm gonna do just a regular bow with a couple loop up, loop down. We'll put that in. Okay, great. Nicole's posted the supply list, so unless I add something rogue before we get off, that's the list of what we're using. But we got a little time to go. I'm not done. Okay, let me add my cable tie in the back. Because you're that friend? That's okay, man. I appreciate it. You're a good influencer. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't own one I gotta make sure I do not think I own a pink Christmas tree already. But I have all the stuff from all the years of me doing craft shows. I have like an entire warehouse full of displays, demos, from these big giant markets we used to do. And I, of course, keep all that fun stuff, but dang! I don't think I have a pink tree yet. Not yet. Well, get me one. After that pink garland was so fun to work with. Alright, here's my little centerpiece. I'm going to add to the center just a little jute on there. And we'll put that right down the center. So, I don't know how much we're going to have left for Project 3, y'all, but you gotta stay tuned. We'll text you out. We'll put the notifications. Make sure you're getting our notifications on Discord so you can easily go back and see. You can get the links to the videos. That's one of the easiest ways to grab them. You text us at 832-734-5201. Text us the word live, and we'll send you the info to download the server. So, Mary, if you want to get stuff for a craft show like the grid wall and all that kind of stuff, I'd search on Amazon and start checking their pricing because that stuff's expensive for shipping. So, I would recommend Amazon to start with. Oh, no worries, man. I knew who you were. You good? You good? Facebook's always changing on us, so we continue to stay confused. Try trying to teach that stuff to people. You really feel, ooh, I love this ribbon. I'm like all in on this stuff. It's so cool. Okay, we're going to need a little bit more filler back behind here, but I got my bow in. And I don't think I'm going with any more high. I think I'm good. I like my bow. I like my tail. Let's just work around that now because I saved my favorite part of this garland. And that is the pine. The pine. The tan pine. My God, I love the tan pine. Ah, confused is your default setting? No joke, really? Yeah, totally. Like, hey, I know what we're doing. One day we know what we're doing. The next day we're like throwing spaghetti at the wall. That's okay. Hey, at least we're honest about it, Amanda. We're not trying to put on airs like we got this all together. Okay, I'm going to cut these little pieces apart. I want to use that pine cone. Maybe I'll use the pine cone right in here, but I'm saving this pine for sure. I'm going to steal another magnolia leaf off the garland. I'm going to steal one more to go in the back there. So, let's see, I've got dark brown. Let's take a light brown one. This really good one right here. All right, let's put this one in. And I'm going to come down here. There we go. I got a little bit of that below. Let me add a little bit of my brown piece. You said you were never going to do a craft show and now you're doing one? Good for you. You'll be okay. You know what? You'll be all right. Craft shows are a lot of work, but they're also super satisfying. Those of you who do not know, I did craft shows for a living, like a real living, without another job. That's all I did was craft shows for about 13 years. And then we went to online world here. They are a lot of work. And you, of course, don't have to take them to that level where you're traveling all around the country doing them, but they are very satisfying because you get to meet your customers, you know, in person. And that's a lot of fun, too. Hey, good to see you, Audra. Right? Okay. Let's come over here. I'm going to put this little leaf. This is a smaller leaf, so I think it's going to work good right here on the edge. Okay, I like everything so far. I just want to add that little touch of wispiness, and I'm going to use my little twigs kind of coming out of here also. Pop those in. Okay, there's my cool twig. Let's put a little bit of the pine. I'm going to section this out. I don't want to use it all in one spot. I love this stuff so much. I told you, I'm going to see if we can design a garland, just all this pine right here, or some picks. Oh. All right. Let's come up in here. If you live in a big city, you may have a place that sells a grid wall and all that. They're called, I'm trying to think of what ours is called here in Houston. We have an area called Harwin, which has a lot of wholesale type places where they sell, you know, jewelry, handbags, wholesale stuff like that. Those type of places sometimes will have a fixture. It's a fixture store. You can check that out too. And, Karen, thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. We're on the home stretch. We're adding those little details in, which are very important. Always important to your design. I like that this lighter color is also the color of the ribbon, and it's giving me all that texture. And that's one advantage of working with a garland that you already think is pretty, so the collection is put together for you. Or if you don't want to do that, come to one of our live sales and you know I'm going to do all the work for you. Y'all don't want to miss our live sale marathon for the next few days. We're on day 2 of it. So hang in there. We'll be texting out anytime we're live and what's going on. Okay, let me step back and look at this. Oh, I like that. Let's bring this tail. I want to bring this tail up a little. I might just grab it right there so it can kind of pull down at an angle. Let me do that. I need another cable tie. I'm going to make it be a little wonky. Wonky, like donkey. Come in here. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. I'm trying to get it to be slightly angled. Yes. glad you're here. You came and shopped with the pink live we did earlier. Yay! Thank you, ma'am. So glad to see you again. Don't be a stranger. If you have time, come hang out with us anytime. Okay. Pine cone. I like the idea of the pine cone maybe just right here, a little bit higher in there. I'm going to get this cut as long as I can. I make you laugh? You must be crazy like me. Two crazy people together laughing. You're so perfect for teaching. You make it fun and interesting. Ah, good. You know, I'm an auditory learner, so I can't have it quiet. And my brain squirrels at all times. So unless you're just the total opposite than me, most people find me pretty easy to hang with. Very easygoing, but I just love florals and designing. Oh my God, this looks good on camera. It looks really good in person. I love it. Okay, I got just a couple little pieces, and I want to use these. I have that one twig going down, and I'm going to use this one kind of going up and let it kind of go out over there and party to the right. Party on the right. And then we'll put our little berries in. I'll be so happy. I cannot believe we took the garland. I'm going to recap it all. So if you got here and you're like, what are you talking about, Chloe? What's this garland challenge? I don't even know what's going on. I just got here. Don't worry. It's all good. I'm going to come back at you. So I've got a little white berry here. So I really need to add this one up here, okay? I wanted to put it right there, but I don't want to steal any more white berry from the garland because I probably want it on my next project, okay? Total goober, yes! Goober, I'm a goober. Oh my gosh. I'm all for just making silly jokes all the time. Sometimes inappropriate, sometimes appropriate. Never know. Depends what Keleas awake that day. Oh, look how cute it turned out. Let me give you close-ups, right? Here's a close-up. Give everybody a close-up. Okay, you guys close up. You guys close up. It really, really turned out really, really pretty. I love it. Y'all, we posted the supply list here. If you're watching somewhere you don't see us posting that, you can just go to Keleas.com and you're going to hit supply list and it'll be the first one. It'll be the newest one on there. Ah, you love the live demos. Fantastic. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. Y'all know we have a design school class that will be opening up this month already. So stay tuned for it. You just need to get on our wait list at KeleasDesignSchool.com. Jump on the wait list. We'll send you an email when class is open again. And I teach you how to do this, but I don't just chat around and goof around. I actually teach you how so you can learn how to do it step by step. Okay, first project from our garland. Number one, this started out as a full garland. We've got this much left. Okay, this much left. We've made 2 projects so far. We have added, this grass in here, and that's all we put in here. We didn't put anything else. So the supply list has one more thing on there that we didn't use, but we could use if we wanted to. It's the same colors. And then here is our little board where we made a little centerpiece, but it can also hang. Super cute. So these are the 2 pieces we have so far. So the last day of the challenge, which I'll text out to you when we're doing it, we're going to use this section and finish out. And I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but I'm going to be inspired to do something else to go with it. Yeah, I love it. You guys, the supply list is down there. And grab a garland and see what you can make. All right, Blue Marinos, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Thanks for always supporting our small business and our family and all of our team. We appreciate you. And anytime you watch any person doing this type of stuff on social media, know that they are counting on you to help their business stay in business. So just watching and sharing and commenting and whenever you can, purchasing from them really helps their business. So not just for me, but for anybody you love watching, do that for them, okay? Bye guys, have a great day. Hello, Blue Marinos, it's Keleas, and welcome. We're going to have so much fun making an adorable swag, guys. It's going to be lush and elegant. As you can see, our color palette is amazing. We are going to be using a pre-made swag base, and if you've never played with these, we love to have these on our site at all time. You guys, this is going to be a kit today, so it'll be a one-stop ordering for you. This swag is pre-made and it's all lush and beautiful. And when you get it, the first thing you're gonna have to do is fluff it out, okay, and get some spacing on it and get it all nicely, as I would say to my design school students, we're going to take and shake hands with each piece. So you can see me doing that. While I'm doing that, you guys make sure you like, you follow, you subscribe. You do not want to miss these videos from us whenever they come out. You don't want to miss a single moment of it. So you can see, take this one, see this leaf is backwards. Take a second, because look, boom, gorgeous orange needs to come forward. So take your time to manipulate each leaf. And not only for this project, whenever you're putting your projects together, you're buying high quality, gorgeous florals from us at Keleas.com, and I want to make sure you're utilizing them properly. And that means spacing and fluffing. Every piece is wired. And I really want to get these two sunflowers opposite each other. Okay, so we've got a nice flow going. We got the bottom part of the base going, and it's looking good. Now, our next step is to take the top part and do the same thing. The top part, we're actually using a bush today instead of just a pick, because I wanted it really nice and full. Difference between a bush and a pick would be a smaller piece that's really flat. This is a bush, so when you get it, it's not flat. And what you've got to do is make it flat on one side. And I kind of pre-started this for you, because on these simple projects, I like for you to get them done under 30 minutes and make them fast and easy, okay? Now I'm going to bring that orange leaf out to the side, and we're going to have these opposite each other, okay? And it's so easy to put these kind of swags together. So basically in the kit, you're going to get the swag base, the bush for the top, and you're going to get this gorgeous moss ribbon. So this is a very tone-on-tone design, nice and subtle for people or your customers who enjoy things that are soft and not so striking, and they want to stay in the traditional colors. So perfect combination. So let's go ahead and get that base put together, and then we'll do the bow in a second. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay out the swag base, and then I'm going to take and overlap. This is so simple. It's so simple. I'm going to take and just overlap this, slide it in, and I'm going to leave a little area for the bow, but I don't want this huge. I just want a little area for the bow, okay? Now, you could leave it right here at the transition, which is what I would normally do, but I love the way these three come together so pretty up here. So I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to have a nice little soft bow down here at the bottom, not normally at the top. Okay, just a little touch, and we're going to run some ribbon through everything. So we've got to get those two attached together. So I'm going to use just basic cable ties. You can get those in colors or just stick with, this is kind of a white color, but it's going to be so far in the back it'll be hidden. And if you can see here, I'm attaching this stem, okay, from the top, and I'm attaching it to the bottom. All right, real easy. Just get some tension, and you need two of these, so get it nice and tight. And I usually cut these with wire cutters, super easy to cut off. Okay, and then come up to the top, and let's find that top piece. You can flip it over, and the top piece is right here, and I'm going to attach it right to the center of the hanger, but leave this loop for hanging. We don't want to impede that at all, because it's so easy to hang up right on that hanger. Okay, so I'm going to come, we can come to the top. I find that pretty easy. Right here. Just bring it around, grab your little finger, it'll hold it. And all this mechanics will be hidden in the back. Nobody will see it. See, my two pieces, nice and camoed. Okay, that's so easy. This is beautiful, just like this. So if you are, or your customers are non-ribbon type people, maybe you're doing some custom work and you just need something really simple, or this is perfect for your home. Look how pretty this is. And that's like done. Gorgeous. And by the way, this could go on a table with a pretty bowl sitting right here, or some battery operated candles tucked in. Okay, like so many fun things. It's so exciting. We're going to take our ribbon that comes with the kit, and we're going to make a really simple bow to go down here at the base, okay? So think about it. This is kind of how it's going to hang. Isn't that just lush and beautiful? So easy, so beautiful. Now, look how pretty this looks in there. It's the same color, not any contrast. It's matching, but it gives another little texture. And I'm going to make a simple 3-loop bow to go down here at the bottom. So let me show you how to do that. I am going to use my Easy Bow Maker. And we're going to want to tail one long one that goes the length of the swag, okay, from where the bow is going to go. So that's my first tail. I'll just pop that in. Put this on the bow maker. pop that in with that tail length already established. Excuse me, Swaggy, scoot over a little bit. Okay, there we go. Come in and twist. That tail goes down. Now, I'm going to just do over here. These are pretty small, so I'm going to go 5.5. I don't need this huge. 5.5. Okay. 5.5 on the other side. And the third loop that you're going to make on this side, back over here, is going to be a little smaller. So take off about 1/2 inch at 5. Okay, and then you're going to scrunch, because this is your last. So I've got 3 loops, 2 and 1, and then this tail will be shorter, okay, than the last one. So we'll just cut it a little shorter. And we're ready to take this off. Let's do it. Just take it like you normally would a bow off the Easy Bow Maker here on the right, fingers on the top. Add some pressure, okay? And now we need a cable tie in the back. And just tuck that in. This is where you're going to attach it to the swag. Okay, just like that. Let me set that dude out of the shot here. Now pull it really tight after you fluff. Okay, so not yet. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Get 3 loops going up just like this. It's just such a cute little pop of ribbon. 3 loops kind of clustering together. Now you can pull that really tight. Trim that pointy part off. You don't want to trim this part. That's the part we need to attach it. Now, let's cover up our mechanics in the center with just a little strip of the ribbon. Let's cut that off there. Oh, boom. Look how cute. I'm going to take and fold it on itself and just get it into this little cute little loopy pattern. It looks so cute going through the center. It really is adorable. Okay, and you can leave these little tails long if you want them to show, or cut them really tight. If you don't want them to show, we'll just cut them really tight to the base. Either way, they're kind of fun sticking out or staying little. Okay, the bow is ready. And I love that we're doing this differently today. Instead of having that bow at the top, we're going to pop the bow down here at the bottom. Oh my God, it's so cute. We just barely put it in. Okay, I'm going to separate this apart. And I'm going to go right in here where we can tuck it in. Down here, kind of near where I tied the other stem on earlier. That'll kind of help camouflage all that. And it's okay if it's tight there, because we're going to spread all this out and manipulate it. Just take off the cable tie tail. You pull that little piece off. Look how cute this is. Now run this down the left, the short little one, and then run the long one down the right. And just let those puff up. And I'm going to get some leaves behind here, because this ribbon looks pretty with the color behind it. And rotate this up. Now curl the tails too. You want some motion going. Tuck this one and curl it. If you get a little, like a ravelly end like this, because we didn't cut it straight, don't worry, just come back and cut that straight across. All right. So you can take any kind of like little straggly pieces off. We're gonna curl it up. And it's adorable. Now, if you want, you could take, you're gonna have a whole roll of ribbon in your kit. So if you want, we can add a little ribbon going up too. That's up to you, but why not? Let's just trail it right through here for fun. And if you decide to use this swag for a centerpiece, I think this is adorable to do that also. So we just have to take this piece, and you're going to need one more cable tie, and we'll just attach it to the base. And with this ribbon, you can kind of weave in and out of the ribbon with your cable tie, and you know you're going to hold it on there nice and tight. Okay, and let's go right up in here under the main flower. We're going to tuck it in and under and get it really tight. I am filming a video right now, Kaya. Just 1 second and I'm done. We're on the last few seconds. I'm going to trim it right there. And now, guys, can you imagine making something this cute, this fast and easy? This is what our easy, simple videos are about. Just take, and I'm going to just twist this around the top flower. You don't have to do anything fancy. And you, what do you think? You are good to go, guys. Look at it. Curl that one in, and your beautiful swag is ready to go. It can hang on a door. It can go on a table. whatever you want. I can't wait to see you try this, guys. If you haven't liked and subscribed and shared and followed us wherever you're enjoying watching this video, please do. Come visit us at Keleas.com anytime for more inspiration. You can grab this kit. If you need the link, just let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to get it for you. Or head over to Keleas.com and click on kits and supply lists, and it'll be there for you. See you next time, Blue Merinos. Bye, everybody.